In the outskirts, a village, non-governed and ignored, is living now in constant fear of whatever is lurking in the ever-surrounding forest. People are disappearing in the night, leaving only echoes of howl behind. Town folks are fleeing their homes and spreading rumors about this cursed land. And that is why you're now traveling to this place. You are part of a small prize-hunting group that is making a living on hunting trolls, monsters, mutants, and other freaks. And this is just one of your many ordinary days in your miserable life. Welcome to Monster, an adventure about hunting and killing. Are you going to save and stand up for the innocent, find salvation for your own soul, and solve the crime? Or are you going to remain monster? But take heed on the fact that all actions matter, as everything will be noted down on your character sheet. However, unfortunate for you, these are the only rules that I will tell you, as I, your storyteller, are gonna be lurking in the shadows. After several weeks of travel, you can finally see the village gates, but there's no time for rest as you suddenly hear an enormous shriek. You turn your heads around and look back into the dark forest, where you're greeted by white teeth.
Suddenly, through the bushes, something, give me a second, emerges. With an anger and hunger, leeching out straight towards the person that is traveling behind. Heis, you're behind Care in the little small two-man caravan that you have, and it jumps and grabs you on your right side, and the weight is just making you fall to the side. Your entire horse is also falling to the side, and you feel something digging its claws and teeth into your right shoulder. Care, you only hear strange noise and screams behind you. But Heis, you get to react a little bit faster. What do you do in this quick situation?
When startled about the beast hearing the sound, I started to grab my crossbow holstered on my waist. I am trying to, while falling off my horse, grab it and shoot over my shoulder.
It is almost impossible to do that. Also, you don't actually have a crossbow loaded as you're casually traveling, because you've been on the road going to this place for a while. You weren't expecting to be attacked this way. So you stumble with your crossbow and you try to like hack on it, but nothing really happens, and you get a little bit scared of the sudden attack that came out of nowhere here. Care, you turn around and you see a strange, abominable creature with no skin. You've never seen a creature without skin before, so your first reaction is a little bit, this is strange. But what do you do? What do you try to grasp in this chaotic situation?
So from what I'm seeing is Hisei falling down and this monster coming on. Mm-hmm. So I probably would grab, unsheath my weapon, probably not grabbing my shield just yet, because this is very impulsive, and running towards Hisei, and slashing at the monster.
Alright, you run towards the monster with your sword, and you try to slash at it. It seems to have an effect that the monster is now paying more attention towards you than of Heis. So the fangs releases from Heis. It's standing over you, and like it's pushing your pressure down on you, but you don't feel that you're being like eaten at the moment. This gives you a little bit more room to work with, Heis. It's a little bit limited to what you're capable of doing. Is there something you are trying to do in this situation?
Well, depending on the amount of room I have, I would like to try to actually, since I'm on what I assume is a weak spot of the beast under it,
Ah,
I want to
yes.
try to see if I can load my crossbow to use it at close range.
There's no way you can like load a crossbow in this situation. It's very complex to load. However, you can just grab
Okay.
the bolt.
Yeah, that was my second suggestion. Like something sharp, like a bolt or a knife, and just try to stab or, cut open the beast's belly.
Yes, this is very easy because the beast doesn't have any skin and you can easily even see the veins outside of everything. So you just sit there and just try to stab its way, and it seems to be actually working quite well. You are hacking on it and you believe you're getting through the meat of it. This is making it a little bit distracted and making it harder to it, like it now has double focus. So Triss or Care, you see an opening. How do you take it?
Okay, so from what I'm seeing is he is stabbing it from underneath, it probably goes back. And, so its chest is full open, right?
I would no, it's not. Doesn't really go open because it's very hard to like tear apart body duct, but it's getting puncture wounds straight into it.
Okay. So it's over me?
No, it's
Right,
over
so it's over
highs.
me?
It's over highs. It's next to you.
Over highs.
Yeah.
It's next to me. Okay, so, I would like to try, and seeing that how easily Hisei has been able to puncture it, I would like to take my sword and plunge it into where I would assume its heart is, based on what normal animal anatomy I know.
This doesn't look like an animal, but you don't really have time to think about that. You go for it, and yeah, it's you believe you might hit almost the right spot, but you believe you're hitting something vital, organic, regardless. The sword doesn't go that deep into it. It more like sticks, and then it like punches it back. So it takes a step backwards more, and it goes off Heisey. So you're now free to like try to rise up, but there's a lot of blood coming from your shoulder, and it was very close to your like throat and neck, and like very close to your collarbone. So it doesn't. It feels like it really hit you good or bite you really good.
Well, I'm gonna at least like okay, I got a little bit like the shock pulled away a little bit, so I'm gonna take a look around because we were like heading up to the gate. I'm gonna see if there's anyone there and perhaps cry for help. Because I want to try to load my crossbow, of course, but the pain is making that a little bit difficult.
You can see it from afar. You can shout towards it. You see someone standing there with a spear and some clothes on it. But you're a bit far away from the person from the gate, so to say.
So he can't actually hear me calling.
Yeah, he can kind of hear you. He when you shout, the person seems to react and like look in the general direction of where you are. And you believe he might be seeing like Care's horse that is standing there. The monster, however, doesn't seem to be giving up on this fight, even though it's very wounded. Heis, you currently have your back towards it because you're moving your head towards the gate. But Care, you do get to react. What do you do as you believe it's going to lunge forward towards you?
Lunge forward towards me?
Yes.
I would probably reach for my shield now that I've calmed down a bit, rather than seeing the immediate danger of Hisei, and try to bring up my shield to block its attack.
Oh, perfect. You don't even block it, you knock it. So the beast comes forward and you just put up the shield and you dunk. It becomes a perfect like knock in the face for it. And it looks like the beast just falls down and gets unconscious or lays still. You don't know if you killed it or if you just like knocked it out.
Okay.
And the fight is over.
Well, personally, me knowing that how dangerous this monster probably could be if it gets away and brings more, I immediately go for its neck and try to kill it. exactly through its throat.
Oh, yeah,
but, I see what its throat is.
This is easy. You take the sword and go ka-chink, and it's dead. Not a problem.
And then I probably go over to Hisei and attend to him, see his wounds.
As you look at the wounds, you realize that these are quite deep, and there are a lot of holes, like 8 holes in a perfect yaw formation that is leaking out a lot of blood. You know, the typical bite mark that leaves these big holes. The teeth this creature actually had, when you look at it again, you realize it was impossible for it to close its mouth, and the teeth were like really large. So you believe they could have actually gotten pretty deep into his shoulder here.
I hand Hisei a painkiller potion and take some cloth, some type of cloth, and try to wrap up the area as best I could to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, that's you stop the bleeding. That's not a problem.
Thanks, Care. That feels a little bit better.
Yeah, and you don't feel any pain, but Heisey, you can't move your arm. You realize it's more like hanging, so to say. And you've had these potions from Care before. You should normally be able to move your limbs. You shouldn't go this numb.
Yeah, this ain't good, Care. Let's strap that.
This is not good. We probably need to find somebody in town real quickly for you. I probably seeing as is there any damage to the horse that was with Hisei?
It has some claw marks on the side, but not deep. It's like you could almost leave the claw marks and it's gonna heal, but it could be nice for the horse to have some, like, not bandage, but like clean the wound might be good, and that will probably be enough, you believe.
Seeing as like we're right outside of town, I take some water that we have and clean the wounds and help it back up and help Issei onto his horse and lead them into the town.
The guard
before we actually go into town, what about we strap that monster on a rope behind my cart and just drag it along? Perhaps there's some bounty or some later use of this creature.
It's a monster. I don't know what we could get for it. I mean, this is a new area that we just came into. I'm not really sure if there's going to be an actual price for its head or not, but maybe at least take a piece of it with you if we need it. Maybe just the head will probably do, honestly.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's take the head.
Take the head. You take the wood axe and just chop off the head. It's easy fix. The soldier that you shouted for has actually started to come closer, so he's a little bit away from the gate. He sees you coming out through the forest with your horses, and he sees a bit of blood, and he shouts towards you, "Halt! Here! Now you realize that as you've been traveling around the world quite a lot, there are a lot of really strong dialects in the edges of the world. This dialect is very strong in the really weird way that you almost have a hard time understanding what the soldier is saying or the person is saying.
I slow down a bit, coming to a halt, waiting for the person to come towards us, and I say, "Sir, we are really in a hurry. We just got attacked outside the gate, as you saw. My friend here is really injured. We need to see a doctor of some sort or some way to heal him."
Oh yeah, the director. You can if he looks at you a little bit and he thinks for you didn't bring this. You had where do you have the head? Do you hold the head?
Just on the cart.
It's probably in the cart.
Okay, he doesn't see the head and say, "Oh yeah, you can come in here. There's a healer in the village. You can look at this."
Hey, also, do you know if there's a bounty for the monster that we just killed?
Oh, it's a lot of monsters in this place. And we don't know. Maybe talk to the person in the town.
Okay.
Haka can speak to Haka. He might say some things about what you get for monster kill.
Haka.
Okay. Haka.
But you
How do you spell that?
Hakka. Haka.
Okay.
Men du speak to Brick. Brick help you with his shoulder.
Brick?
Yeah.
As in, like, the construction material?
Yeah, kinda. Bricka.
Okay.
Well, I
Okay,
feel great now. I'm feeling a little bit happy due to this potion. It's,
Yeah?
I try and get a little bit better direction to Bricka first.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
you only go in this road here. Follow, and no, you find way.
okay, so I continue on forward looking for what I would think a healer sign is, or like a basic healing type, if there is a sign outside for it.
You don't really see a like a sign of that sort. You just see buildings and people. When people see you coming into this place, they usually just walk inside their house and close their doors and windows. So it's a little bit hard to actually get direction, and the guard weren't that helpful. But after traveling in for a while, eventually a young girl comes out to greet you and say, "Who are they?"
So she's asking who I am.
Yeah, you think so.
Okay, so I am Par, and this is Hisei. We're trying to look for Brika.
Oh, Bricke, over there, that house, that one. And she points at the house.
Okay. Thank you, little girl, and then I thank her, and then go straight veer towards it. Towards
Yes.
the house.
You see a small hut-like building that looks a little bit different compared to the other buildings. Most of these buildings looks quite old, but this one is newer constructed, you believe.
Is there a place outside for me to hitch the horses?
You can find a tree somewhere, easy.
Okay.
That will probably do the job.
Okay, so I hitch the horses and help Hisei off, and slowly make my way to the house because he probably needs a lot of help.
how drunk am I of this potion?
Your balance isn't perfect. Like you walk with your feet like dush, 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 dush. Like, but you don't feel dizzy. You think straight, but your balance is
Okay.
kicking you off a bit.
Yeah, that's the
You-
reason why I
you're-
hold
you're-
on to him.
Your aim with your crossbow would be like this, that you're wiggling a little bit, so to say.
Right now, I'm in no shape to shoot any crossbow.
No, but you see
I
the
knock on the door.
door
to
opens.
the-
Yeah, the door opens rather quickly, and it's a young woman, quite beautiful, with long red hair and a very large robe around her entire body that is covering her. And she looks at you with on her face with a sudden surprisement and confusion. Yes, she says.
Are you Brika, the healer?
Yes. Oh, you look injured. That looks hard.
I need you to help out my friend here, Hisei.
She
I
looks.
feel fine, but I can't move my arm.
She looks across you, Karn, to his and say, "Oh God, that looks really harsh. Come in here, people." And you're welcome into her little cabin house.
I walk with Hisei in and probably set him half down in a chair if there is one
Oh, yeah.
inside.
There is one. She looks at your wound and says, "Oh, this is very terrible. We need to do something about this injury. This could manifest and infect easily because the opening wound here is going straight." And she starts to talk about all of stuff that you, Hise, don't really understand at all, like bacteria and infections and that. But you, Karen, you think that this is something that could develop into a really big injury if you don't do something about it.
Yeah, I probably understand that from some of my background.
Yes.
From what I know from.
She starts brewing on a sort of a potion she has here that looks like this. And it has a very strong, strange smell to it that smells like burnt meat. She makes
Me
a...
being always like being back like with the apothecary brings me back to this point, and I kind of look over her shoulder, seeing what she's doing and
Oh yeah,
looking at what she's putting into the pot,
you remember your older
making
days.
sure that it's not anything poisonous or like
Alright.
I'm that cautious from.
Yeah, you don't really know what this is. You recognize some of the herbs here that she has around the area, but you don't really fully comprehend what they all gonna do together, and you don't know all of the herbs here, so you don't really have any idea at all, actually. But it looks like something that should do something. She takes a bowl of this with her sleeve and comes with it towards you, Heisey, and she says, "This is going to help. You should drink this. It's going to heal you from the inside and remove all the injuries. And then we're gonna take care of the other side as well to make sure this doesn't become that you lose your arm."
Well, this this is rather interesting. I would assume you would first attend to the outside of the wound, but Care, can this actually help me drinking this potion from the inside?
From what I can see, I know that none of this is toxic.
No.
From what I believe, she has good intentions here. He said.
Okay, well,
It is, Karen, you do know that infections and bacteria and such goes into the wound and kind of do crazy things from the inside.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely just do as she says and drink the potion.
Okay, well,
whatever it is.
Well, I'll say bottoms up.
This is the most weird thing you've ever tasted. It has a it feels like you're drinking mushroom soup. It's like it has these really thick things that you're like shoving down your throat. However, it feels like it has a very strange burned meat taste to it that really tickles your throat in a strange way. And it feels very nauseating. Combined with how the drugs you already have, now the room is starting to turn a little bit. And you hear the voice going in echo through when Karn and Bricka are speaking to each other, and you don't really understand what they are saying. That's how it sounds when you listen to them.
I tell Brika that I had already given some painkiller potion to him before this.
Oh, can I see those?
I pull one out and show it to her.
Oh, this is gonna be a very strong combination. He's probably gonna be knocked out. I think you should take him to a bed somewhere in this little village and just give him some rest. He won't be able to know where he is for a while. Those things you have there, they are strong. And combined with my brewery, he needs rest now.
And
give him lots of water.
Is there one nearby?
Oh yes, you do have a guest house out here. Hisi might be able to offer you some room in her guest house. Hisi.
What's that?
Hisi.
How do you spell?
Hiss.
Okay. I'll bring him over and I guess that's what. Is there anything I need to give you for doing this for us or anything?
Whatever you can do to help the village, that will be enough for me. These are very hard times for all of us, and we need to stick together to help each other out to get through this situation that we are currently in, this invasion. If Hakka is asking you of anything, try to help him out. And I understand that he might be a little bit harsh to negotiate with, but give him a chance.
Okay. I help Hisei out of his chair and bring him outside. Thank you again, Brika. And Hisei is over where?
Actually, give us a second, because I think Tangelo is arriving. So we are gonna be joined. He came, guys.
Hey.
I'm afraid he kind of overslept. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for him to actually arrive. Instead of being part of your party in the original manner, he might arrive outside the door, actually, even. He's currently setting up his camera, so we're just gonna wait for that. Are there any questions so far, meanwhile, by the way, from you guys in any formal way? Did you get all the information?
So did I only know like a small amount of the herbs that you used for it?
Yeah, you know, like 1/3 of the herbs that she's using.
Okay.
For example, the banana shells that she has there, you don't know what those are.
Oh, okay. And we've been referred to go talk to Haka twice now, so
Yeah.
we're probably getting the third time when we go to the inn. He's saying, do you want to know anything? Is everything?
I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah,
The room is spinning, and you're
Raja might come to this place and you now drink this. That's what you heard.
Yeah, I really want to go outside, get some fresh air. I don't know. I don't even know what I need anymore.
I asked Bricka while I'm still here, where did you find these herbs?
Oh, I came to this village about 6 months
so
ago. Half a season ago, and to collect these rare herbs that are in these woods.
So are these the herbs that you brought with you, or are they from the surrounding area?
No, from the surrounding area. You can find these ones, and she points at some of the strange black ones that you don't know what they are. Here in this area, they grow beneath some of the tall pine trees, often. And these nuts here, they grow from some of the trees. They aren't really in season, but if it gets cold enough, they might start to bloom. They look like really big red berries.
See, I'm somewhat of a potion maker, and I would think these would help out our adventurers a lot. I only know somewhat how to make these painkiller potions and poisons, perhaps.
Well, if you keep this in a very very moist but very cool temperature, and you can basically take this with you. Do you want me to give you a potion to take along on your travels?
Yes, please. Honestly, I think it would probably help.
All right. Are you people staying here, or are you going to, like, why did you arrive to this place?
Well, I heard about some of the monsters in the surrounding area, and this seemed like some pretty good bounty work that could be done here.
Oh, you're those kind of people. I understand. And we're joined by Tangelo. Welcome to the stream, man. Glad to see you.
Hi guys.
Good morning.
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 So let's actually take a pause here for Care and Heis, as they have ventured into this strange, forgotten village in the outskirts. Player number 3.
Did we take our pause already going to the guest house where I'm resting now? Or?
This is let's make Tangelo catch up, basically.
Okay, cool.
So, Tangelo, the adventure is that you didn't see the entire intro, I believe. So in short, you are a villager in an outskirt area that have been attacked by monsters suddenly, quite frequently. And the attacks has been growing and growing steadily. And people have also started to disappear in the night, cluelessly how. Without any tracks, they just seems to be kidnapped in some form of way. And lots of people have started this. The town or village has also have been quite cut to half in the populational size. So if you were like maybe 80 people, you're down to 40 people now. This is a fishing and wood-cutting village that is surviving on its own. You're pretty much self-sufficient throughout the entire years of hunting and fishing, and sometimes you sell lumber to other traveling merchants, but you really honor your own here. And there's a newcomer in this town that her name is Bricka, who is basically a healer. You've never had one of those before, and she's very knowledgeable about herbs. That is basically the backstory of this place, and you are, I would say, a townsfolk in this place.
Okay, I assume I've got to come up with the name?
Yes, go for it.
Okay,
But don't worry, there's no rush for anything. You're a bit low. I might be able to increase your volume. Say something now.
let's try this again.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's better.
I also... Okay, cool.
I hope you didn't have to rush in here.
Oh, no, it wasn't too big of a rush.
Oh, good.
Let me think. Oh, but continue with your exposition.
All right. So you were talking to Bricka, Care.
And she's the herbalist.
Yes, she's the herbalist. She didn't arrive. She isn't from here. She came here looking for herbs, basically.
Okay, got it. Sounds good.
Eventually, you hear a Care and Heis, or Heis doesn't hear much, but Care, you do hear a big banging on the door outside. And Bricka notices too. Of course.
So banging on the door. Well, it's not my house to open it up to, so I step out of the way.
Goes over to the
get
door and opens the door slowly. Outside, you see 4 men. One really old person with a long beard and a staff trying to like move around with the staff, and 3 other younger men. And there are some people in the whereabouts far away looking at this conversation from a distance. And Hakka is saying something to Bricka, which is becoming hard to hear. These are now people in this area. Do you know these ones? Are you familiar with them? And Bricka replies with, there's no here, and it's very hard to understand, but she seems to be trying to communicate in their own strange dialect. And the old man looks over towards you, Care, and also at you, Heis. Are you here to... Why are you here?
We're here to do some bounties, honestly. To help with the monsters that are here. Probably get some money for it.
Oh yeah, I see, I understand. We had a big problem with these villainous beasts and freaks and abominations in these woods belongs to us. You here to help us?
I mean, one of them just literally attacked my friend here out of nowhere outside of y'all's gates.
They are a pest. These monsters are a pest. So many people here died already from them. But you help us, okay? Right? You're here to help us now?
Yeah, I'm here to help. We're here to help.
As best we can.
After my friend recovers here, actually.
Well, Bricka is the best. She is best. After Bricka, he will be fine. He will be fine.
Okay. We just need to take him somewhere to rest.
Yes. Hisse has a guest house. You can sleep there, and he will be fine. It's a promise from me to you.
Okay. Can we go over there then? So,
yes.
I try to weave my way through the door and to our horses that are hitched up on the tree nearby.
I'm just gonna wait for that thing to pass on the highway.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. The old man that seems to be, he's introducing himself as Hakka, which seems to be the village older and elder leader. He seems to be wanting to receiving your help, but he hasn't really said what he's gonna pay you with. But he gives you direction to the house, and you are taken to this a big guest house where there are lots of different beds you can sleep at. There's an old lady here that is introducing herself as Hissy, that is owning this place.
Hello. Me and my friend and I would like to stay here for a while at least. In your guest house.
You are much welcome to stay here if you want to. Absolutely.
Do we need to pay you or for our?
I've heard from I saw the conversation you had with Bricka and Hakka recently that you're somehow here to help us. Is that as I understood it?
Yeah, we're here to help.
That is wonderful. Oh yes, you don't need to pay for any of the beds. You can sleep here for free. And your friend seems to be in a dire need of some rest and recovery.
Definitely.
Is that Lars?
Yes.
Oh, that's your name, right?
That is my name.
All right, sure. Lars. Oh.
Lars from Futurama.
Yes. Perfect. Now, Lars, what is your role in this village? Are you from this village, or... I was thinking of introducing you now here.
Well, if I'm going to be a part of the... So what were the other two also from this village, or were they visiting?
Care and Heis are bounty hunters that have heard rumors about monster invasions and problems in this area. So they have traveled here. And during their travels, they were attacked by a form of beast. You haven't seen this attack. And by the way, Heis doesn't look like he looks like a foreigner, far, far away from here. His skin is much darker than everyone who's really white.
Okay.
And he has a strange device over his back that looks like a spade or pitchfork made of wood.
Interesting. Okay. Solid. In that case,
You can be Hai's child or some other person in this village, or someone that arrives here eventually too, if you want to.
sure. I would say that
I know that you're being thrown into this adventure on a short notice, sadly. Hope that we can work it out.
no, that's fine. That's fine. I would say that I'm not from this village, but I've been here for a few months, so I know about all the monsters very, very familiarly. But somehow I haven't seen one yet. But I know of several people who have.
Yeah.
My role in this village is I'm the son of a blacksmith.
We have a blacksmith.
Should you give Lars some information about us before he starts his character?
Nah,
Is
I
there
think
already
it's...
something about a blacksmith?
Yeah, we do have a blacksmith. Heis is a blacksmith. But you're a son of a blacksmith doesn't mean that you are a blacksmith.
Okay. In that case, I'm the son of a leather worker.
Oh yeah, sure. Leather work. Yeah, you're son of a leather worker. But you're not from this village. Did your entire family come to this place together?
I was sent by my father to learn more about the trade from other leatherworking masters, and that's why I'm here.
Ah, okay.
And so I'm basically renting a room from this place.
Yeah, you're living here with Hissy in that case. You're paying for the room.
Okay, solid.
And yeah, there are some people here that have there are some older people here that have some skill about leatherwork, for sure. However, as you've arrived here, you've started to learn that some of them have actually disappeared. And it is getting a little bit dangerous to actually leave this place, as there's a very large forest and you have to travel through it for days. And as of now, I mean, you could be walking there and eventually get attacked anytime. So you are pseudo a little bit trapped here. Or are you trying to figure something out at this place?
I don't have a really big attachment to this place, so if I can get out, I'd probably prefer to do so, but haven't found an opportunity to.
I see. You see suddenly how you're sitting at your bed, you have all your things collected, and you're working with some leather, as suddenly two strangers appear coming into the big hallway. This is a big room and there's a lot of beds a little bit here and there, and everyone can kind of see each one. You've been alone here in this hallway for a while. There have been people coming and going, but for mostly you've been here yourself, feeling a bit lonely. But suddenly you see these people. Karen Heis, would you like to describe how you look like to this Lars?
So, I'm probably white skinned as being in the north. Probably having some longish hair, kind of like my hair like right now. I'm probably wearing some armor. Since he says is mainly does work with swords and stuff. They're probably not as good quality, not as good quality as they could be from a.
You suddenly have a really bad leather armor.
Yeah. So, and I have a sword and shield on my back, and sword at hilt, shield on back. That's what I mean. And I'm carrying in, one arm around him and his other arm around him.
Right now, I'm a little bit shorter, what you would call in our world somewhat Asian look, with a little bit more darker skin. I'm not from around anywhere nearby here. Like I was told before, I'm carrying a very strange, flimsy pickaxe on my back, which is still attached, and I am kind of out of commission. You see, there's something wrong with my arm. It's hanging limp.
Sorry. Yeah, Bricka actually put some bandages and things on the exterior wounds as well. So there's clear bandages there. I forgot to mention.
That's what I didn't know yet. So I was just about and so my shoulder shoulder is patched up, just in bandages, and I don't seem to be there mentally right now. It looks like I'm pretty drugged out.
Mm-hmm. Well, once I see you enter, I'm gonna try to lend a hand. See if I can get you to a seat. Try to lend a hand to Care.
Hi, say.
Well, yeah, but Kara's carrying me,
he-
so
uh,
Oh,
he's-
sorry. My bad.
Car. We need to get him
Car?
to a bed. He needs to.
Awesome, and I'll help out with getting to a bed because you've clearly been carrying him for a while.
As you three immediately realize by the dialect, none of you are from here. As you've clearly heard Hakka and the gate, the man at the gate, has a very strong and strange dialect that is almost horrible to listen to. You clearly notice that none of you are from this village.
Well, except for me, I'm not noticing anything.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He said he isn't even talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Lars
playing
could not
it?
hear about my voice. I'm not from here, but he could recognize I'm not from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lay Husey down, tuck him in the bed, and probably I'm now just taking off my armor and stuff.
Yeah. He falls asleep, but you can remain here. Don't worry. We don't need to.
I was just about to.
Lars, you notice that this leather armor from Care is really damaged and in a bad shape of quality.
Well, I'm gonna first up ask who they are. I'll ask about their background, and then we can inform my character and what we talked about.
All right.
Okay. So do you want just the notes from what we talked about, or do you want just what my character would say to you?
Yeah, you can. I mean, this is probably a situation where you guys are sitting and talking a little bit where you're from, so you can probably go over what your character is from and how you ended up here. I mean, I believe Lars has a lot of questions why you're at this place and such.
So my character is saying that I come from very far near the border of the north and south in a small village, and that I learned I know like a small bit about medicine, but I'm pretty okay with some poisons. And that I learned that from my apothecary mentor, and then I tell Lars about on being an apothecary how I was trying to help my sister with everything, and then how my mentor betrayed me in trying to experiment on my sister, and how I got revenge on him, like by beating him and pouring his own strange concoctions down his own throat. And how I did some monster hunting for him.
Yeah, you missed that lovely character creation part.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I suppose I had to say, I'm compared to that, I feel a little humbled. I'm just a lowly leather worker, but my father was quite a renowned leather worker in the part. And he sent me out to search for other masters to learn from, another place to learn from. I'm not from very far, about a 3 days journey south. But with all these monster attacks, I've not been able to find a way to go anywhere else. And to be frank, I'm kind of worried about the people I know back home.
Lars, had you seen one of these monsters yet? I don't think he's.
I don't think I've seen one.
Okay.
But
I think he's probably
I've heard them described by other villagers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you had been here for like 2 months, I believe.
2.5 months.
Okay, yeah. You have been waking up in nights hearing howls and people screaming and saying that someone is gone and missing and such.
Right.
Since I'm passed out, am I going to have a conversation later with Lars about who I am?
Yeah, you know what? Eventually, it's getting late, and you guys tuck in for bed, and it's been a rough day for everyone. And eventually, y'all wake up in the morning, and Heisey is coming there with some soup with meat for breakfast for you guys to eat. Obviously, this is something you have paid for, Lars, but the others gets it for free.
Ah,
sure.
And you're sitting down one of these benches and having a meal together. Today, now, Heise, you feel a lot better, but you're really thirsty.
And my how is my arm? Is it
Hey.
already?
Perfect. Like, perfect. Like,
Oh, it's even better than original.
almost.
I have a super arm
Yeah,
now.
almost, but you're really thirsty.
I really need to drink a lot of water. Do they have any water here?
Oh, yeah, they have some water.
Okay, great. I'll get some. Assuming that is like public property to get.
Yeah, there's probably safe water to drink. You'll get some water, no problem.
Great.
And this is the first time you recognize that there is someone else in this room. Lars, you didn't remember him from yesterday, really.
Yeah, Lars doesn't remember me or
No, you
someone
don't.
else.
You don't remember Lars.
I've seen you, but I haven't spoken with you.
Yeah, and I don't recognize who you are. Who are you sitting with us at the table?
Hi, I saw you stumble in last night. Glad to see you doing a lot better.
Yeah, I don't remember much. The last thing I basically remember was taking one of our potions brewed by Car here, and then drinking a strange soup from Brique. And after that, things got pretty, weird. But yeah, nice to meet you. Are you from here?
Simply visiting. Hope to be leaving soon. From what I hear, you're quite acquainted with the monsters that have been in the area.
Well, yeah. Well, we at least encountered one on our way into the village.
You still have its head.
Yeah, we actually we took the head on my little cart.
About that.
Really? Wild.
Yeah, but well, I'm happy my arm is working again because yesterday I couldn't move it at all. But yeah, I'm. So you're also traveling here, just traveling through.
I was looking to stay a little while longer, but I'm hoping to leave quite soon.
Okay, great. We just
I
arrived
hear
here.
that you're monster hunters. I would be very interested in maybe leaving with you if that's at all possible.
Well, for me, I think if we can get some extra manpower on this quest, because yesterday we were quite taken by surprise and a little bit
Lars,
understaffed.
have you ever used the weapon, Lars?
Lars, Lars, have your character in your backstory ever used a weapon before?
I have used a knife, and I know how to shoot a bow together to hunt, so I can use different animals' furs and pelts.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I haven't used a sword or an axe outside of a small hatchet for chopping wood.
How many years of experience do you have in leatherworking, Lars, by the way?
I would say about as soon as I was able to strong enough to be able to start doing stuff, so I'd say for about 15 years now.
That's a long, that's
Oh yeah,
you're quite good then.
Started with a very young apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's great.
yeah, I think a bow. Well, we already have long range.
However,
You could
there's one thing Lars isn't actually telling you. As you remember, there was something really tragic about you guys leaving your hometown. For example, you hurt your mentor, and Heise, you had some debt problems.
Well, yeah, but I didn't yet tell Lars that because it felt
Exactly.
a little bit personal to say, "Hi, I'm in debt. That's why I fled my country."
Correct. However, Lars wasn't sent away by his father only because he wanted to make him better at leatherworking. Care. What is the real tragic story behind Lars being forced to leave?
I would say probably. Man, there's something pretty dark.
Yes, pretty dark. Remember the evil voice and the evil laughter.
I would say that his father was Lars probably saw his father be. I can't think of either being murdered or being really sick, and then telling his son to go look at other masters to learn from them. And since he can continue on teaching him. This is, yeah, I'd say sick. I'd say he was his father was sick, and he got to the point where he couldn't teach Lars anymore, and that's the reason why he told Lars to go to this village to learn more.
Okay.
Maybe probably like couple days after, or maybe like he got some notes after his time being here that his father had passed away from his illness.
I see. That's a tragic story. You sit here for a while and collaborate on these half backgrounds that you tell and you don't tell amongst each other. And Karen Heis, what is your current plan of this stay in this village?
I will suggest he say that maybe we should set up your little blacksmith shop to probably help out the current people that are here, maybe to fix up their weapons and stuff. And I can talk around town to get a bit more information about these monsters.
Yes.
While you do that the same way at your blacksmith shop.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea. And maybe as soon as we have some basic information, we can go to meet Haka.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
I was talking to Haka myself, actually.
Great.
Now, I was thinking this in terms of like organizing this. When it comes to some simple, we want to do this and investigation and stuff. You will basically say we do this, and I will say the outcome pretty quickly.
Okay.
When you want to talk to specific people, we can actually roleplay those. And I remember the feedback you gave me, Lars, about you needed some more time to basically get into the story. I am really sorry that this became really shoved into your face this way. But as you entered the adventure a little bit in the start before the beginning. I hope you are okay with this short note.
It's entirely fine.
Lars, your plan is to basically leave. Is that still your plan here? Get out of this village, basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
I don't know what direction are the two of you trying to go.
Well, we just came.
Oh, they are here.
Yeah.
They are here to basically help the village get paid by killing monsters.
Understandable.
I would say that I probably noticed the Lars working the leather when I entered the guest house, right?
You did.
Lars, you do leather work, right? I
do more of my bigger projects. This little tinker I'm messing with, but yeah, I do most of my bigger projects over at the leathersmith. Is that how they're called? But yes, I do leather work.
I would like some help with my armor. My armor hasn't been doing too well since for a while now, but I've been passing by with a little attending to it here and there, but I actually do need either a new one or this one to be fixed.
Yeah, by all means. Yeah. If we want to retcon that a little bit, I think I meant to ask that question when Heist was first brought into the room, and then
guest house.
Into the guest house.
You would ask me about my armor.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe not. We can do that now since we're at the table. Yeah. I'd be willing to, and we can also bring this up. I'd be willing to fix your armor if you would be willing to escort me out the village in the near future.
Yeah. We can probably do that. Also, if you need probably sharpening on your tools, I guess Hisei could probably do that for you. That's your tools that you use for leather work.
Okay, great. Sounds like we have ourselves a deal.
Yeah.
So I suppose after you removed your armor, and then when you two go,
yeah,
you guys were going to go find someone else, or?
Well, first I help out Hisei setting up his blacksmith shop, and then tell Hisei our caretaker currently. that if she knows anybody that would probably need some blacksmithing from Issei.
Yeah. While you are like organizing and things, Lars, you suddenly get to see the head that they have like decapitated of this beast by a random accident, and you notice something really strange about it. It doesn't have any skin. It's like someone has actually peeled off its skin, or the skin was never there to begin with. And as a really experienced leather worker, you know that there's no creature in the world that would survive without skin.
Right.
He's probably talking with Keesey right now from this. Because he's with the cart.
Yeah. So you're observing this a bit, so to say.
Okay. Yeah. That's the monster, huh?
Yes, that's the one that attacked him. You also notice that it has a teeth that is bigger than its capacity to close its mouth. Like if it wanted to close its mouth, the teeth would be in the way, and the teeth are really long.
I see.
Care, you wanted to do some recon. Oh, sorry. No, you can say if you wanted to say something.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll keep to myself for now, but I might ask later.
All right. Care, you wanted to do some recon work in the village, right? You wanted to ask certain questions.
Yes, I wanted to recon, asking about what these monsters are and like if they have noticed any weaknesses that they have, and recommending them to Hisei near the guest house when I can.
After you've listened through a lot of strange dialect, you started to get good at actually understanding this very strange dialect they have here. You're getting a mix of answers. Some people are talking about horns. Some people are talking about hooves. Some people are talking about a lot of skin. Some people are saying that they don't have skin. And you're getting a lot of strange explanations and answer to why this is the right thing. And it's the moon. Oh, it's the evil gods. Oh, it's the failed crop harvest. Or it's that evil witch that's lurking out in the forest. And after all that, you feel that you know less than you did before.
The main thing is I know that there's a variety of monsters here to fight.
Yes.
If I assume that all these stories are true,
yeah,
there is variety, and then there's a bunch of people who think that what they are from.
Yeah.
Eventually, I guess I make my way to Aka.
Yep.
I'd assume.
Sure. Meanwhile, Heis, you're setting up your workshop, right? To basically build small arrows and things.
Yeah, doing some repairs, and since Kar was promoting my wares and my services, there might be some townfolk also approaching me.
There are some townfolks that are requesting your service in various regards.
Yeah, and while doing their, because they helped us when we arrived in the village, free of charge. I'm gonna be, if they are simple repairs, I will return the service. And meanwhile, trying to also get some information out of them.
Yeah. You seem to learn that one of them wants you to actually examine, rebuild a door that's been destroyed by a monster, but you have to go there, so to say.
Yeah. I'll.
You believe this? If he's, you don't think this is gonna be a simple job. This is gonna take some time to rebuild a broken. The metal of a door might take some time to rebuild.
Yeah. I'll take a look about the other people that have some things to do, and I'll just ask them to hand in their things, and I'll get back to that later. I'm gonna take a look at this assignment first to plan my work accordingly. So I'll close up my shop, and I'll walk with the person with the door problem.
Yes, and Care is heading towards Hakka. Lars, are you going in?
I think I was mending Car's armor, and I'd also like to, I suppose, gather some of my stuff and sort of gather any leather armors that I have for that I could either give to Heis and myself. Yeah, and I suppose just gather the stuff for my shop.
All right. You collect some materials. You see Heis go away in one direction, and Carl seemed to be going towards Hakka.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
I heard a bit of a sound in the background there.
did you?
Was that intentional or?
From
I did.
what you heard, you heard.
Uh-huh. This makes me want to work a little faster and potentially catch up with one of the other two.
Which one are you trying to catch up with?
Well, how much time has passed since is my question.
You heard this like now. You heard it. You're standing up. You're looking around, and you see Heis go away. His is making food, and Carl is far away towards Hakka.
Towards what now? Sorry.
Hakka, the village leader. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Sounds good. And so this is after I've already packed everything, or what's the timeline here?
This is still early morning. It's like you have eaten breakfast. It hasn't been that much of the day. Care has been walking around asking people in. You've always seen Care in the village. You've seen him walk here and there and talk to people. And now he's heading towards Hakka. Heis is just. It's not been that long.
Okay, gotcha. And we're kind of in the middle of the village, right? More or less. Where in the village is this?
Very much in the middle.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna grab a few things, as much as I can carry, and try to catch up with Car, I suppose.
All right. Meanwhile, at the broken door building, the old man is leaning forward with his little bit hunchback back and pointing at his door and saying, "It was broken." I don't think I should do those voices anymore. So he has this very strong dialect you can't understand. That doesn't sound like me right now. It was broken and it needs heavily repaired.
Yeah, I see this is a pretty heavy door. Whatever, knocked it down like this?
Oh, this was built by my great-great-grandfather. He was a tall and strong man like yourself, with big arms that could lift oxes and tear down trees. It is very strong door, and he takes his staff and points at it, and it almost falls apart. But it was big and strong door once, probably.
So when did this happen? When did it break down?
A few weeks ago, when my wife was kidnapped by those horrible creatures in the forest.
Oh dear! Did you notice anything? See anything while when she was kidnapped?
No, it was dark.
Did you hear something?
I heard howls and ow and strange, horrible sounds from the shadows and the night. You examine the door, and it looks like it was destroyed. It was pushed outwards, so to say.
It's very interesting. So it looks like the door has been smashed from the inside.
Oh, then that explains. Just like I believed that the creatures came into this house and they took her and they ran off.
But how did they get inside?
I
That is the real question.
Must have taken it through one of these windows. One thing that is very peculiar to you is that in this north, as you're a southerner, in south you have glasses in the windows. Here, there's no glasses on any windows.
Okay, I would like to examine if all the windows are intact though. Is any damage to the windows?
They look fine. No, they look like this is an old building. They don't look fine. They look old.
Yeah, but not like smashed through by something bigger than would fit through the window.
No, this looks like how it should look like.
Okay,
by these barbarian standards compared to your standards.
So I know to myself that whatever broke through this door going outwards has not come in through the window. But to help him out, I'll take a look. But there's no way I can repair the door in its original heavy state. But I can make something provisional.
You can. This would probably take you like a day to fix this door, and you could leave it. You could fix the metal. That would probably take a few hours of metal work, but then he would have to have a woodcutter that would probably fix and put it up there and things. But you could fix some of the basic stuff.
Yeah. I think I would go for the middle ground there, and indeed do the more difficult metalworking, and then suggest or maybe I'll just ask him: is there someone in this village that could do the woodwork on this door?
Oh yes, that's no problem. Yeah, that's fine.
Great. Then I'll do some of the metalwork for you. Make sure
you're a good lad, even though you're an foreigner devil.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll be back later. I'll take these broken parts and take some measurements, and I'll go to my shop and do some repairs.
While you're at repairing, over at Carl and Lars and Hakka, you enter the little hut that Hakka seems to be living at. It's a fishing hut with a lot of fishing rods and other things. And Hakka is sitting there on his chair looking at your arrival. And then Lars is catching up behind you, Care. It took you some time.
Probably some fast running coming up, and I turn around and see Lars. Hey, what's up, Lars? Coming to join me, huh?
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just looking to help out any way I can with what you guys are working on. You may notice an amount of panic on my face because of whatever noise I heard, but trying to hide that, I suppose.
I then turn to Haka and say, hi, are there any, like, bounties, like, for the things that we kill here, or?
Yes, we will pay you 10 potatoes for each head you take. I know that potatoes are really...
No, copper coins or silver?
We may be able to scrap together some copper or maybe silver coins, but that requires that if you solve the problem, I will see what I can do, how much silver and copper coins I might be offer. But if that's the case, we would like you to solve and get rid of this pest in the forest for good.
Okay. I guess I can take some potatoes right now.
All right, you get 10 potatoes for each head you take. But if you solve the problem, we will figure it out. A good payment for your cause.
Okay. Because I actually the monster that we fought in front of your gate, we killed it, and we actually took one of its head. It's currently back at our cart. But
I believe Heis gave you some really good potato soup for that one.
Yeah, she gave us some food.
Then it's all settled. Then let's shake hands on this young lad.
He's like a pretty old guy, right?
Yeah, he's old.
Bony hands. Shake his bony hands.
It's very bony. The guy's living on fish and potatoes.
I can certainly do this for you.
Is this a coastal town then?
It's not. No, there are rivers in the forest, small rivers. So it's possible to fish here, but it's not the big thing. But there are some people that fish.
Okay.
If y'all have a militia or anything, I believe Hasty could help y'all out because he's a blacksmith.
What is a militia? I've never heard that word before.
Militia, it's like a people, like an army. That's like their village.
I used to be in the army once.
Ah.
When I was at your age,
Aren't any monsters?
No. Oh yes, monsters indeed. Southerners.
Maybe you should not be easy.
It's a good thing you went to see him.
Can you tell me anything about the monsters that you've seen?
Oh yes, they are a pest and an abomination.
Are they just a different variety? Like
there's only one kind of them, and we burned them all.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Haka.
You're welcome. Anytime you want to speak, we will have a talk. And he grabs your hand with his bony hand again. You think he seems to like you.
I'll see what I can do about the pest problem.
Yes.
Probably head out.
Both of you head back to the house, and you see Heis sitting there and working with some metal work of some sort.
Hey, say what's up?
Well, I got some small errands for the villagers, helping them out. But I had one pretty strange request. The request wasn't as strange as such, because one of the older villagers asked me to come and take a look at his door. It needed some pretty heavy repairs. The strange thing, though, was
He told me his wife was kidnapped, disappeared.
in the night there was a lot of growls and howls and creepy sounds. The door, though, was smashed outward from the inside. And I checked around the house, but a creature or monster big enough to crash down that door, there was no other point of entry for this creature. So my thoughts are, it's a hypothesis, but that the monster came from inside the house.
Maybe you think the house owner is a lycanthrope?
Well, yeah, either the wife itself or the man that is still here might have they're I don't know if it's a transformation at will but I cannot imagine a monster I cannot imagine that the monster came from the outside.
No.
I mean, we have faced transforming monsters before, but well, that's one of the things we've encountered during our
nightmare stories when you were a child. Stories, yeah, but you never heard of it,
Right.
or you never seen it. You never seen it.
Right.
Okay. So that is something I want to dive in deeper, with the villagers to see how the other cases of the people gone missing, what were the circumstances of those, and has anyone ever come back?
From what I've gathered, a lot of people are attributing what's going on to many different things, like the harvest not being good, the moon being blue for some reason. And they've also told me that there's a very large quite an amount of variety between what these monsters are. From some having horns to hooves to no skin or some skin, no fur. So we might be in something while we're here, he said.
Okay, well, this seems like quite a nice challenge. It's been rather stale last few months, but this I think we have our work cut out for us. I'm glad we have one more head to help us out here, Lars. I was
definitely glad to lend you a hand. So
I was thinking maybe we can combine some of our skills, because you were working on Kar's leather armor, but I'm not an expert, but I've done some metal plating for armor. Maybe you can incorporate those to make some, well, not too heavy armors, but some light armors with some extra protections, as around the shoulders especially, because I don't want to get some teeth sinking into those again.
For sure. If you can give me some of that plate, I can definitely fasten that to leather armors. I actually have some leather armors as well. If you guys are lacking in that department,
I'll be right back, guys. My headphones are dying. I need to grab a different pair.
Yeah, sounds great.
But yeah, that'll take a little bit of time, I presume.
It would, but you are capable of doing this. This is not a problem for you. So you are capable of doing 2 leather combined metal armor.
Okay, in one night, you're saying?
No, sorry, with all the material that you currently have.
With the materials, I see.
Yeah.
How much time would you say that would take?
The night. Oh, it's a
The night. Okay.
it's a 2-man job, so basically you need to work a little bit here and there with each other, so to say.
Gotcha. Okay.
Am I? I finished the small errands for the other villagers. So either they're coming by to pick them up, or I will be bringing them to their doors. I think maybe to their doors is nicer, because that's more.
They come here. They come here.
Okay. Is there a way for me to get some more information? If they have any people they know lost, or maybe if anyone came back ever?
Like everyone, no one has ever come back.
Okay.
That you understand. A lot of people, like the entire population, has been cut in half because of this. So a lot of people have lost someone.
Right. Has there been any suspicious situations that people gone missing? Because I encountered this with the old man. That it seemed that the monster came from the inside of the house. Have you noticed anything?
They don't. When you say it happened so long ago, that's usually the answer you get. And there was a lot of howl and screams.
Were there any sort of voices mixed in the howl sounds?
Voices? Yeah, people screamed.
Okay, but they were separate from the howls.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
of course. Villagers don't make howls, or
Okay, very
people
well.
don't make howls. Like your experience with dealing with the villagers and farmers and people that don't live
Yeah.
the kind of life you have, they usually don't know the answers to your questions. You're used to this.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So, what I missed so far? What did I
I
miss
don't know how
with
helpful
the
this is going to be.
seconds I was gone?
Sorry?
Did I miss anything for the few seconds I was gone?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
Oh, nothing
Maybe
big.
we should. Maybe we can find a place to start. Like,
Yeah, I don't know how big or
I-
little this information is, but I think it might have just been the wind. But back over at the inn where we had breakfast, I heard some sort of growl. It sounded like, I don't know if it was simply a village dog outside, but I figured it may
I
be
mean,
pertinent information.
me and Issa can probably take a look around there, see if there's any tracks. If they're there.
You walk around the inn and there's a lot of tracks, but you know people are walking here all the time, so it's impossible to clarify anything
In-
of that.
No, inhuman tracks, right?
Oh yeah, human tracks all over the place.
Just human tracks.
Well, there's human
Okay.
tracks
Yeah.
at the inn. They're just not inhuman. Sorry, Joe.
I understand. Everyone seems to be saying that all the monsters are in the forest, and that they take people and kidnap them and run them off into the forest and eat them, apparently, or attack people in the forest. That's the interaction you have. No one has ever said that a monster is attacking at the village walls, so to say. That I've never experienced. They only come at night and in the shadows and kidnap people.
So maybe we should scout the town at night. Maybe.
yeah, sounds good.
Maybe we should. Maybe we can go to sleep like about now and ask for our Hisi to wake us up in like when it's about nighttime.
You can you don't really need Hisi for this. I mean, oh yeah, well, you can have night shift, but yeah, if you all three want to be awake at night, you can ask Hisi to just wake you up.
Yeah.
What about when we arrived? What time was it when we were attacked by the monster from the forest?
It was
that daytime?
like no, it was nighttime or close to
Okay.
nighttime. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you went to bed quite afterwards directly, almost.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sounds like a good idea. Let's scout out the town and maybe the edge of the forest. We can take a look if we, don't actually go there yet, but let's see if we find something, see something moving.
So you go to sleep. This means that you haven't really finished the leather armor yet, actually. But you go to sleep, and eventually you're waking up in the middle of the night by high sea,
Okay.
and it's dark.
I finished at least the Cares finished mending Cares armor at least, correct?
Sorry, what did you
At
say?
least probably.
I finished mending Cares armor, correct?
Oh yeah, you can.
Okay, cool.
So you can have one leather armor that is finished, so to say.
Okay. So, I thank Hisi for waking us up, and then I don mended armor from Lar.
What are you going to do in the middle of the night here, guys? This feels very insecure. You should be staying indoors.
Well, we're here to help the town, aren't we? The first thing that we've noticed is that they attack at night, so we're
That's
gonna
just-
scout the town.
That is true. That is true. All of you wake up and you have your leather armor finished, and you venture out into the dark village. There are some guards standing that you can see on the walls and such, and in the gate. But other than that, it's an empty, sleeping town. There are a few lights because some people want to have a night fire going in during the night. That's common.
Where do y'all think we should head first? North or south of the town? Near the gate entrance?
I heard that we haven't seen him near the gate often.
You have never, Lars, you've been here in this town for a while. You've never seen any monsters actually attack at the gate at all.
Right, but I've heard stories and I've never heard of him attacking at the gate. Is that correct? Or?
Yeah, correct.
So do y'all want to do it, search around inside the town first and then go to the outskirts, or go for the outskirts immediately for the forest tree line?
I'll be right back. I have something here.
All right, it's a small monster, tiny monster.
What do you think, Lars? Should
My
we?
vote is assuming it's something that's not in the town, though that might not be true. I think most evidence has told us it's from the forest, so I'm gonna think we should probably investigate there first.
Yeah, I can understand that. I guess that with that in mind, we should make our way towards the gate of the village.
Okay. Is the gate the only entrance to the village?
Yeah, you can climb. You guys could probably climb over this if you wanted to, so to say. So there are potential other gates, entrance and such. There are 2 gates otherwise, but yeah, for you to practically leave, you go through one of those.
Okay.
Okay.
I asked the guards there and tell them that we're gonna be searching around to see where we can find these monsters. To at least tell them that where we're gonna be.
All right. So you venture outside the walls, around the walls, so to say, on the outskirts of the forest.
Yeah, basically.
All right. You don't see much. You see trees, and you hear some sounds from owls and such from the trees and such. Otherwise, it's a very dark night that nothing really happens in.
Do you think we should venture further into the forest? Maybe like a mile or 2?
Do we have any light? Do we have a lantern or anything?
We have torches.
Yeah, torches.
Okay, got it. Only as far as we can still see the town from. If we can still see any town lights, I don't think we should go much further than that. I just sort of make a.
You can see the town from a bit far. So you walk into the woods a little bit, and you can still see the town from your far. You have your torches and everything.
I heard that. Something's nearby. We should be ready.
Yeah.
I take out my sword and put on my shield.
I will don my knife and stand behind Car.
Yeah.
Can't really. I guess I'll have my bow and my bow ready, but I won't be able to use it very well in the start.
Yeah, it's very dark. But you did see something suddenly, because there was something that was moving tree branches somewhere in your nearabouts.
To Lars's surprise, I will be taking something that looks like an arrow, but a little bit shorter and less winged, and I will put it on my pickaxe and draw it tight.
You suddenly, Lars, you suddenly realize that there's a super tiny bow on this little tree pickaxe.
What an interesting contraption.
And,
yeah, I think I heard it was like a crossbow? Crossbow? Is that right?
yes.
Suddenly you hear this.
A howl.
Yes, lots of howls.
Can we discern a direction of where the howls are coming from?
They seem to be... So, Lars, you saw some sort of movements in the tree branches. This is coming in a different direction, in the other direction.
If I had to guess, if we're here, the branch movement was here. And it was coming from the other direction. Was it coming from further than the town is in the other direction, or?
Yeah, the howls were the tree branches were in the direction of the town. The howls are in direction away from the town.
I see.
Well, I think listening to how many howls we're having here, I don't think we're equipped well enough to handle a full pack of whatever these creatures are howling there. So we might want to scout out the one you saw, Lars. Or you heard.
Let's head towards the town. I saw it coming from this direction.
Yep.
Okay.
As you're walking with the torch, you get to see some things, and you see that there's a lot of twigs and things that have been moving. And Care, you've been tracking beasts in the dark before. You notice something were here looking at you a moment ago, and now have moved in a specific direction away from this place.
I think they're being scared of the light, and I think they're trying to look, check what this is, who we are and what we are doing here. But it seems like they're not watching us for too long, at least.
Do you have any idea how many creatures we're having tracks of here?
From the tracks, what can I take from the tracks that I see that when we uncover them?
Drag marks, a lot of them, and and hoof-like something. Hooves and drag marks.
Okay,
But
so
And very rough. This thing is being very rough to nature.
So are we seeing like multiple creatures of hooves tracks?
You don't know.
Okay.
Do I?
No, for you to say.
From what I can tell is that this creature is either carrying something like a weapon or it's like dragging its tail along the ground. But these are hooves from what I can tell. So
The tracks are going in away, like side away from the howl and away from town. If you understand the direction here.
Yeah.
Okay, so these might be just a bunch of group of monsters that are just living in this forest that have different bases that are here.
Well, it might be interesting to scout this one out, the hoofed one.
We
Yeah,
could.
let's try to follow.
Okay.
Care, are the howls, are they getting any closer? Can you tell?
No, you don't think they are. None of you. They seem to be in the same. You haven't really moved from this spot, so they seem to be in the same
Okay.
distance. Yeah.
Okay, so do y'all want to follow these tracks to see where they lead, or do you want to check around some more here? Check around along the tree line some more. Well, basically a tree line.
Well, I'm okay in moving forward, but we should take heed for the other unknowns in this forest. We haven't been here for more than a day. We gotta tread carefully.
All right. You continue in this trail that Karen have been able to track out, and moving slowly with your torches through the forest with your knives, bows, and strange wooden pickaxe that can shoot bows with. And eventually you find something that appears to be some form of cave entrance, and something that had been digging holes here. It's like there was a small entrance, but something dug it out bigger.
Okay.
You would have to like hunch a little bit to get through the entrance hole if you want to enter.
So from what I can look at the claw marks, how big are basically they are?
Very
Or can I
similar,
not tell?
similar to your hand.
Very similar to my hand for how long they are. Okay, so these guys burrow. Or they like being inside cave. Do y'all want to check it out? Or maybe mark this off and tell the guards back over there.
Well, we could come back at daytime to check it out, but then whatever was whatever we were tracking might be gone by then.
Probably.
But I think it's still here right now.
Did we hear that? Did that come from the cave or somewhere else?
It came from the inside of the cave.
I think next to this loaded weapon I'm carrying, I want to also take out a close combat weapon. So I'll get
did we hear only one of those or multiple of those?
One.
One. Okay, so this might be a single thing here, or it could be like part of a family while it's other people that are sleeping. But these creatures have attacked at night more than likely, so this might be just one monster that we could probably try and take out if we need to.
If we only hear the one, then I think we have a shot.
All right.
I'll make sure to line up my bow. And, maybe, Kar, you can take out your shield and take the front line, like we always do.
I asked Lars, and he said to be like near the entrance while I start to make my way towards it.
Yeah, you guys have the experience. I'll take up the rear and make sure nothing else comes in behind us, I suppose.
Yeah.
Great.
There doesn't feel to be a risk of something coming up at behind you, because it's a clear cave pathway. There's no cave tunnels that goes in various labyrinth directions. There's just one pathway ahead, and it's a rather big one. When you get in deeper, it like opens up and suddenly you have big space. You can walk all three next to each other, but you form a arrow line where Cairn takes head point and the other two of you with your crossbow and bow takes to the side. After walking a little bit here in this tunnel, you suddenly see some eyes over two glowing pupils that shuts and opens. That is reflecting to the moonlight. It seems to be lurking in the corners somewhere deep in the tunnel. You're standing maybe 20 feet away from it.
I start to. Yeah, should we creep closer, or do y'all want to take pot shots at it from here?
Well, I think we should move a little bit closer to find out. Maybe we can see some silhouettes, or
You
it
can
might just be wildlife.
as you move a tiny bit closer, you can see how it moves, and you can see some of the silhouettes of its structure. It seems to be big-headed, but you don't see much of its other body.
Well, going by the sound, it doesn't sound very friendly to us. So, I don't want to take a pot shot because it takes some time for me to reload. But if I get a clear shot, I can make sure to deal some damage. Maybe Lars can take a shot to see how it moves.
Yeah.
Lars,
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I've got my bow loaded. I'm gonna send a shot over at.
The arrow disappears into the darkness, and the creature goes active. It seems to be moving from side to side like this, and then a stone comes flying, and you hear the same very loud again.
Well, he's not coming for us yet. He just wants us to stay away. How about we just wait till daylight to see what this creature actually is? Because we have some moonlight here right now.
All right. You remain in this position. The creature doesn't seem to really do much here. It seems to be waiting with you, and it's still very dark, but it's been going a few hours. Lars, you aren't really used to these night activities. You're starting to get a little bit tired.
do you think we should just end this and go after it, or should we go?
Well, how much time do we have until like morning light? Because there is some moonlight in the cave.
Yeah, there is.
So
Maybe 2 more hours. And then you will have more light in here.
what do you think, guys?
I mean,
I can probably
this is just
stick it out
one
for a little while,
monster
but I'll be
many.
tired.
You wanna, in the meantime, prepare poison for our weapons?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Okay.
Sorry, say again.
They have some poison.
I see.
Which Lars or he say? Which one do you want? You want a poison?
Well, I think the arrow from mine has a lot of impact, so let's start with I guess Lars's weapon,
Okay.
and I'll make sure to keep an eye on the glowy eyes and stay alert to any movements.
Okay, so I open a small like jar filled with something foul smelling. It's like a darkish green, and I take an arrow from Lars and dip it into the liquid and pull it out, and do the same onto Hisei's bow.
Yes. You start to see the creature a little bit more. It has a lot of fur, and it does have horns.
Okay. It's getting a bit easier to see now. So do y'all want to take another shot at it, or move a bit closer?
Well, since we I had some idea that there might be something human inside these creatures, we could try to just call out to it, see what its response is before actually trying to kill it.
So what? Say hey.
Yeah, bark twice if you're
hello
human.
there. Right. If you can
Okay.
understand,
Yeah, see if
you
it can understand.
That's a better question.
Yeah.
I guess I'll say something. I yell or like talk directly to the monster, like "Hey, monster," or something.
Lars, he did it again. I made him talk to the monster.
You get a growling back, so to say. It suddenly you see the head coming out, sniffing. It looks like a very strange creature that you have never seen its kind before. It has a very big mouth for its head, and its head isn't really constructed in a good way for anything. It has horns that doesn't resemble an ox or cow or anything other.
Is it kind of similar to what we faced outside of the?
No, this is
Gate?
absolutely different. I mean, the thing you saw outside the gate didn't have any skin. This has a lot of fur and has a tail. Eventually, you see it deeper in there. Its eyes are yellow. It's pretty much your size, Lars. It's not that big.
It doesn't seem to be aggressive yet.
Eventually, you see the arrow that you shot Lars at it. It throws it out to you.
It throws it at.
Yeah.
Like not. It's not trying to use it as a projectile. It's just throwing it out.
It's like taking it like this and like that.
I see.
So is this a threat, or did he just play fetch?
You didn't see that throw was definitely not threat-ish looking.
Yeah.
I'd like to
y'all-
very carefully go and try to retrieve my arrow.
Yeah,
Is
it's-
it, how
I was
close
gonna
is the
try and
arrow
do
to
it.
the monster?
It's closer to you than the monster.
Okay.
I'll keep you covered,
I'm gonna
Lars.
go try to pick it up.
Yeah, you pick up the arrow. The creature starts to get closer towards you. It starts to crawl out. It seems to be walking on its all four arms. It doesn't have any real legs, really.
I go up with Lars, holding out my shield, towards the monster.
Oh, it's approaching us.
Yes.
Maybe throw out the "Can you understand us?" at it.
Yeah, I'll say, can you understand us? Not if you can. Not if you can understand us. I see. Do you know about the other monsters that are in the area?
Are you one of the? Are you from the village nearby? Are you one of the villagers? Huh.
Can you write out your name?
Has this happened to other people?
Doesn't know.
Does not know.
Did someone do this to you? Well, you look great.
It starts to get closer and closer to you guys now.
I slowly start to let my guard down, knowing that this is a previous villager.
Yeah, it's trying to hug you, Car.
I hope you don't get impaled from these horns.
I accept it.
You all hear a very like a monster growl that sounds sad.
Huh.
I guess at that point, Pat it's
Yeah.
When I guess we wouldn't be able to ask specifics like when and how, but like
Have you attacked any
we
of the
know how
villagers
long-
or the?
Are you hiding here from other things? Could we help you, or could you help us find this other thing? Could we maybe beat it together? Would you be inclined to join our party searching for other monsters? You would like to join our party but not find monsters. Care, how do you how do you reckon Haka would like it if we bring a monster back that is peaceful?
Probably not. I don't think Haku would like that very much because first they know that these monsters that are very dangerous and that they cannot discern them from their villagers.
We do need to report this
Did we
back
bring
somehow.
any rope? Could we bring this monster back as if it were subdued, and so that we could study it?
We could probably do that, but I
To
think
give any reason to leave the monster alive.
I think if we leave it here and probably come back ever so often, and we could probably keep it alive.
Oh, we could ask you. We could ask the monster. Are you able to survive here? Are you able to survive here? That we come back later to see you again.
It crutches onto you guys. It feels to want to.
Okay, so he doesn't want to be left alone. I think we should just bring it and venture on. We can't bring it back to the village, but we, you know, the
I think we definitely cannot bring it back to the village, but I think we could. If I think this might honestly be the best place for it to be, if like it's been out here for so long.
oh,
And
how long has it been here? Have you been here for long? Okay. Well, are we going back to the village
hear anything
first?
wrong with Heist's voice?
Yeah, it's very deep for me.
I have a feeling that intentional. Heist, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel fine.
Do I notice anything different about Heist
No, he seems
other than
fine.
his voice? No.
He's been drinking a lot of water, but that's it.
He did have a potion from Bricka. I don't know if that's the thing that's gonna. That's what's attributing to his voice, but I say to the monster that we can't take you back to the village, and that
It seems to understand, but it looks sad. It looks really sad.
I think we can probably come back here to see you ever so often if you need it.
Are you hungry? Yeah.
Do you eat potatoes?
Huh?
Yeah, we got some potatoes.
Do we have potatoes?
Yeah, you have potatoes.
We have
have
10 of them.
potatoes. Ooh.
I take out my bag like 2 potatoes and hand it or like toss it to the monster.
I eat them. Then it shows like and it takes the potato. This is the potato.
Oh, he wants. I imagine they want a fire, but they can cook the potato.
To cook the potato?
I don't think we brought any. And we have
We can
torches.
set up a
but
small camp
that's
here.
about it.
We can set up a
Yeah.
small camp here. We can gather some some rock, some tree limbs outside and start a fire in here. If to cook them.
Oh yeah, like making a fire here wouldn't be hard at all for you. It's probably really stupid to make it in here. They are like okay, you could probably. Okay, it's possible to make a fire in here because there are some holes in the ceiling where the smoke could get out of. But it would be better to make it outside. However, outside monsters, it's like it's hard to evaluate things.
Right. I think it's probably fine to make it in here as long as it's a small fire.
Well, we only need to cook like 2 or 3 potatoes, so
Yeah.
it won't be here for long if it is gonna be in here.
Yeah.
And we can make it
go
small.
and gather some tinder and light a small pile with our torch, and then the monster can bake its own potato on a little stick.
Oh yeah, this monster seems to know how to cook things.
Okay.
Did you break down any doors from your village?
I have a question. This is outside of the role-playing game. Triss and Tanger, do you hear what you hear from Peter?
I hear him. His voice is very, very low.
It's very, very low.
Good.
I can barely understand him at this point.
Sorry?
Now I can't understand him.
So you guys can't understand him, is that correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. Everything is working as it should be. You shouldn't be able to understand him. And I don't understand you either, Peter, by the way. So let's do it like this. Peter, you're allowed to speak with your thoughts. What do you think and do? You will sound normal now.
Well, I can think. I can speak with my thoughts. What?
Your character. If your character. What did you want to do?
I cannot communicate anymore with them.
No.
Okay, well, yeah. My only thought last was, I'm wondering what happened to this monster. What's the origin?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm wondering why my party members are looking at me so strangely.
Yeah, they are looking really strange at you. You don't hear whatever they are claiming. You don't really hear that, by the way.
Huh. Yeah.
Do you make any actions at the moment?
Well, Since I can't speak or understand, apparently I can't communicate with them that way. I try to take out my notebook to scribble something on paper to see if I can communicate in that way.
You're allowed to take your paper and show them pictures. However, Care can't write and Lars can't write either. So go Pictionary here. I will.
Right.
I will turn on your.
Yeah, enlarge he says
Huh.
video.
Out of curiosity, I asked a monster, did you experience anything like this? Yeah? Heist, you may be becoming a monster. Or maybe not a hostile one, but like our new friend here. But something is definitely happening here.
The only thing that he was strangely given was the potion from Bricka.
Were you,
Do I get it?
monster friend, were you given a potion from Bricka? I mean, I imagine most people were.
Yeah, like Lars, you've seen close to the entire town have potions from Bricka at this point. Wait, I will.
Is it Bricka that's transforming these monsters? Transforming these villagers into monsters? Strong.
Okay.
Heist can still nod and shake his head.
Yeah, he can. He seems to be understand.
Yeah, Heist, are you feeling strong, or are you asking if our monster friend is strong? Are you strong?
You can nod, yeah. Hi, Heist, do you want to test your strength or something? Okay. Whenever you are communicating with me, like your actions, you can speak. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah. I ever since my arm was feeling better than ever, it feels a bit too good. So I want to, maybe.
What do you want to do with it?
Well, try to throw a rock and see how far I would throw it. I know my normal strength, so that seems like a good
It
test.
seems to have. Yeah, you take the rock and you throw it, and you seem to have a lot more power.
Yeah. Okay, that's worrisome.
You haven't really you have had your clothes on the entire day. You haven't really examined your body or your wound, for that matter, for a while either.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that might be a good direction to know. Okay, I feel physically stronger. Let's take a look at the arm that was actually affected.
Where there were teeth marks in your wound, they are coming out small spikes.
Oh boy.
Did that monster infect you with something, maybe? Are you becoming like a lycanthrope?
There's two, I guess, theories here. Either the herbalist is infecting people, or it's a contagious thing among monster bites. Were you bitten by a monster, our monster friend?
It seems to be thinking, and yeah,
here's a question: Are you a boy? Okay, female. Got it. So we can now refer to it as a she. Okay.
You don't see any there's nothing to look at to identify the sex of this creature, by the way.
Right, I understand.
Yeah. But you are right. It obviously has something, or should have something.
Right. When it was human, it had a gender.
Here's another.
Did you
eat any food
are you
or
a
drink?
significant other of an old man?
Did you eat any food or did you drink anything?
I was gonna continue, but he insisted specifically from the herbalist.
Remake the question.
Sure. I asked our monster friend if she before she transformed had received any food or drink from the herbalist. Yeah, and if so, how long was it? Did it take 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? Right on the ground, how many days?
Yeah, it's starting to make crossers and eventually get something like 15 days.
Okay.
Do you have a significant other in town?
She looks at you, Karen nods. What did you like? You mean that she has a family? You mean, right?
Yes, I'm thinking that she's the the partner of the old man that had the door breakdown. And I say this to her basically. Did you break out of your home? Like, did you break down the door of your home?
It doesn't seem to know.
Okay. What time has it been?
It's
is it-
morning now, actually. There's sunlight coming down through the.
And that's not changing the look of her.
No, not one bit. She remains monster.
Okay, so it's not actually any lycanthropy then. So it's just complete transformation into a monster.
I don't really understand that one, but I really like this communication challenge. Actually, I really like it.
Were you also bitten by another monster?
She had a very strange answer to that. Yeah, you already asked. She was nodding and then she was a bit confused and then do you feel like she doesn't really know the answer to all your questions, and this is a bit blurry for her, but she thinks it's a yes. It seems like it. I will give you that.
So is it the combination of being bitten by a monster and then taking the potion to make to transform it, or is it just
that's the 27, I believe.
Monster in 15 days?
No, she answered. Okay. Let's. I think you need to work on. I don't know. It's not me that needs to understand this. You need to communicate to your other two friends here.
Right.
I think
Peter, if you ever want to say something to me, like you want to take an action or ask a question, you can speak. But when you want to speak to those two, you aren't allowed to speak.
Yeah.
I think we need to probably take what information we found, bring it back to town. Are you alright staying here for a bit longer?
She looks really sad when you say that, because she seemed to be super happy when she realized that she could communicate with you. But she's making a very, very sad nod.
Yeah, because I don't think we can bring you back to the village without them trying to kill you.
She seems to understand that.
Do you know how to write your own name? Does the monster know how to write its own name?
That would require that this person knows how to write to begin with.
And them to read.
And them to read too.
Sure.
But
yeah,
yes,
I mean,
if yes, then would be yes. But this is a no to how sorry, sadly.
Okay, got it.
But it was smart.
Maybe we should get a list of the missing villagers' names and then come back and then keep on saying them to her until she gets a reaction out of one of them. And then we'll know which
valid.
Yeah.
We just need a list of the female villagers.
List of the female named villagers. Kind of awkward going up to the village out there and asking for the name of the female villagers that are missing. But I guess we could try it.
I mean, I don't know.
I guess
what this
we
gets
can-
us. Knowing the monster's name, I don't know if that actually gets us anywhere. But
Well, it gets us to knowing who her family was, at
You
least.
seem to have a new message from your
sure.
friend here. He's painting pictures.
Sure.
speech, first aid, getting strong.
First aid or...
So I can write down
we
the
wanna
name,
talk-
but they
we wanna talk
don't
to the
understand.
herbalist about, are you asking if we want us to go to the herbalist and talk to her about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we do need to talk to Bricka. So.
I can teach them how to read.
You can try. It will take a while, but yes. This is something that could be achieved. They wouldn't understand B-R-I-K and A. They don't know how to...
We don't know how it's spelled naturally.
We also don't know that the equal sign means equal.
No.
You bunch of
So it
illiterates.
requires equal.
I guess we can head back to the village now then, I guess.
Alright. You go outside again and you...
I leave a potato behind for her.
Yeah. You immediately get back to the village. It goes pretty quick. This wasn't that far away from it. It takes maybe an hour or so to just walk there. pretty fast, and the villagers are there. Some seems to be very eager to see you. A person comes up to you, Heisey. Are my tools finished? Have you finished the tools for me?
Am I able to communicate with this person?
You can try.
He.
I'd like to.
I stopped
chime in.
Heisei
I'd like to chime in.
from
He's
crying.
having his throat is quite sore right now. He's trying to keep his voice from kind of keep down the talking, so his throat came down with a little bit yesterday.
Did he catch a cold or have something happen to him? You shouldn't eat those very harsh mushrooms. You know they are very strong.
That might have been it. We were out in the forest. He may have had something like that, but I assure you, he plans to be very careful in the near future.
Oh, okay.
And that your items will be mended.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay, yeah. Thank you. When can I come and get him? Do you think? Should I come later today?
Probably later today.
Okay. Yeah. The villager walks on and minds his own business. But another villager comes up, and it's a guard that is carrying a spear and has some armor. Did you find anything in the woods last night? Did you see any of those freaks? Did you kill anything?
We didn't kill anything. Nothing really tried to attack us.
Well, if you want to, I will gladly come next time and help you out in your excavation. It's about time we get rid of these horrible creatures that have been plaguing us like pests. Don't worry, I will not be in your way.
I can understand that, but if you could definitely try and join us, but if you can't follow orders, you're out, you know?
Oh, no, I follow orders, don't worry. I'm a trained soldier. I used to serve in a bigger army once when I was younger. You can count me in.
So if I tell you not to attack, you're not gonna attack?
But of course we're gonna attack. That's the first thing we do, right? When we see them, we kill them immediately. Isn't that how you do things?
Well, from our findings, we found that maybe not all the monsters are what they are.
What do you mean? They're monsters. They're freaks. They're mutants, right?
I think we found like a mutated villager, probably.
What do you mean by mutated villager?
I think we found one of your villagers turned into a monster.
Oh, we need to kill it then.
Why? I mean, don't you want to know who this person was?
But
and who they
it
are?
might be spreading. We don't know what it could do. Maybe it's going to spread, right?
Seems a very docile person, and it doesn't attack us immediately when we came to its cave.
Wait, did you find a monster that you didn't kill?
Not immediately.
But you did kill it, right? It's right?
We found that it would be very useful to leave it alive for now, because this monster, which once was a villager, is giving us information that can lead to solving this problem.
Oh, we should bring it here
So
and
that
ask it more direct questions.
To leave it alive for now.
Oh, but shouldn't we capture it?
We deemed if we captured it and brought it to the village, that y'all would kill it immediately, rather than listening to us and having what to say. Like, you asked for, you said immediately that we should kill it, not even wanting to talk to it. So what do you think that the other guards and other people would say, us bringing that monster into the village?
Oh, we probably kill it right away.
Exactly. That's the reason why we didn't bring it.
Oh well. You know best. You've done this before.
I mean, we're trying to find out the problem here and stop this from happening. Maybe not trying to get some of your villagers to not transform into her. Transform into the monster.
I assure you, my friend, the monster we found is not going to come out and come in contact with other villagers, at least today, and will not spread any disease it has.
All right. If you
I
say so,
I can allay your suspicions for that.
I believe you. All right. He seems to be accepting this. It seems like, and I bid you good day, and he walks away.
Yeah.
There's something coming out here.
Is that the same thing?
It's the same thing. Yeah.
The Bricka?
Let's get the Bricka. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's at the Bricka.
You walk to Bricka. And do you see her hut as per usual? There's smoke coming out of the chimney as well.
We knock on the door.
Like to enter.
Care starts to prepare to knock, and Lars opens the door and enters. And Care stands there and okay, all right, that's how we rock and roll here. You enter. She's not there.
But the fire's on, right?
The fire's on. The fire's on.
Is it like smoldering, or is it like a big flame still?
It's small. It's like smoldering. There's a soup that's been cooking, and there is a how to say, the glow is keeping it going a little bit. So it's a slow ride soup, so to say, that seems to be cooking. There's a bird that is attached to a rope in this room, and there's a pen and paper, and there's a letter on the table as well.
I'm the only one who can read.
Yes, this is interesting how I'm gonna, give this information from this letter to my teammates.
Let's increase this difficulty a little bit. Here you go.
What did I get?
I could have heard it. I could have hear him from that earlier one.
Okay.
So, what's, can I take a look at this letter?
Okay, I will send you a message, a text message on Discord.
Yep.
That's the text.
Oh God.
You say, we can't really understand what you're saying, right?
Well, I will give you this. If you're able to actually understand what he's saying with this effect, then you understand him.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to say to you, we were right. We have a deal.
Wait. Let's make this harder. Okay, that was probably easy. Okay, go for it.
We have a deal. We were right. Is what she wrote. God, but I don't even remember what our deal was with her.
Did you guys understand that?
That we were right?
Only a tiny bit, but not really. Didn't get the tail end of that.
Okay.
You're good?
I mean, I'm good. Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Are you good?
I'm holding up the letter. I'm pointing this
Okay.
to the letter.
He's holding up the letter and pointing at the letter.
The letter is about you?
He's pointing.
Us? Okay.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a great job. I understand what you're trying. This is a hard one, but you're doing a great job.
Is the letter about us?
Does the letter tell us where Brick is? Does it tell us anything about what Brick is doing?
Maybe do a drawing. Is she in the forest for herbs?
She's gone. Does the letter say that she left to go to someone else? No, the letter doesn't tell us where. If that plus sign is supposed to be a first aid thing, we wouldn't understand what first aid is.
You are allowed to think a little bit like what you know here. I think it's okay.
It's
Is it a bell?
it's the symbol that we use in this world for the healer.
Symbol for the healer?
Yeah. It's just.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Is there any sort of like sign out in the front of the herbalist shop?
No, there's no sign here. Everyone just seems to know that she's the herbalist. Care, you suddenly see Bricka approaching the hut from outside the village, from outside the window.
Hey, Bricka's coming back. I think she'd probably be pretty weirded out if she found us inside her house. Thanks, Lars.
Well, she's the herbalist. We could, and we were. Heist was a patient, so I wouldn't be too surprised if for someone asking for follow up.
So this means the letter is not from Brita. Someone else left this letter here.
Heis, you see a bird there you see a pen. This has recently been written.
And the bird was on a rope, or just.
Wait, okay, I will now speak.
Was the bird attached to a rope?
Yes, the bird is attached to a rope, and this you see a piece of pen and ink, and this is very newly written.
Is this bird dead?
No, it's alive. It's a bird that stands there.
And the rope, is that attached to something?
Yeah, the share. It's so the bird doesn't fly away from the share at the moment.
So some sort of pet bird, I would think, or some messenger, maybe. I don't know.
She's now outside the door.
I turn to Bricka.
She opens the door, and Bricka enters the room.
I thought the door was already open.
Oh, I guess you closed it. she sees you and she gets a little bit surprised. Oh, you could have. Oh well, what can I help you with, people? I'm not used to people just barging into my house, but that's fine. Are you injured? Do you need help?
I didn't want to barge in, but Lars wanted to come in.
I had
Did you
assumed that you would have been here. We're
Oh,
having
my
a
bad.
little bit of trouble with
Our friend
with our friend Heis here.
Oh,
PC
how
might
come?
have been taking some side effects from the potion you gave him. I pat Issei trying to tell him to talk or something.
Oh, well, don't worry. It's something that is very strong to the body sometimes, and all he needs to do is drink more water. Remember that. Are you
yeah,
okay?
but
You know, I will fix you something really good here. And she goes over to her potions and herbs and starts looking. I think there's something we can do for your throat. If it feels does it feel very hot and sour and deep? And yes, all the things that she's asking if you feel them. So when she said it does that feel sour and hot, you felt that your throat feels sour and hot.
Yeah.
Do you say this?
Okay, I'd like to. Well, we wouldn't want to have a draft come in here, so I'm going to go close the door behind her.
Oh yeah, it's closed. She seems to be very eager and up. She's really into working with her herbs at the moment. Heist, what did you do with the paper once you took it? You can say it.
Yeah. I'm trying to write out the translation, but I just hid it away in my notebook, like between the pages.
You took the paper.
Yes.
Okay. She brings out a small sort of liquid that looks a little bit similar but also different. It's more greenish that she's prepared. And all right, Heis, if you drink this, it's gonna feel better in your throat. It's gonna calm down the sourness and the heat. No. I assure you, this is a good, healthy thing. It will ease up the healing faster for you. But why did you come here? Oh, I'm happy to hear. Oh, you can't speak. Oh, I understand. That's never happened before.
My voice sounds like this.
Oh gosh. Did you say something there? In reality, you mean?
Yes.
Oh gosh, yes, that is very strong. I think I it's on my mistake. I assure it's my mistake. Don't worry, the potion works. It just has a little bit of a side effect because you're taking it down the throat, and the throat might have been affected in some form of way.
I asked Hisi if you would want her to
Wait.
look over what we saw on her.
Hisi is not here. You mean Bricka, right?
No, I was thinking Hisi, not Hisi, fucking Hisi.
Yeah,
it's so coincidental that we chose a name in the story that was very close to my character name.
Sorry, then.
The Bricka, right?
Yeah, you're speaking to Bricka.
Right.
I'm saying that we should.
Sorry. Yeah. Now I understand what I mean.
Show the wound again and the protrusions that have come up.
Yeah, we should ask her about that.
Do you show her the shoulder, so to say?
Yes.
Okay, she looks at it and she goes a little bit. Oh, yes, this is. I've never seen this before. This must be some form of bite. You were bitten by something. Do you still have the head that was biting this?
Yeah, it should be in our cart.
She starts to touch these little things. This seems to be part of you, actually.
Do you want me to go grab it?
Yeah, if you can.
I head out of the guest room, out of her house, and go to retrieve the head.
Yeah, you go to it.
Obviously, putting it into his bag, not.
Okay, Lars, go. You do.
I'm gonna ask, how much do you know about the monsters that have been in the area?
Oh, no, I don't know anything at all. I just keep healing people that get wounded by them these days. There's so many people being attacked in various ways that I have to help them out, you know. I'm so busy treating wounded people. So I can't answer much questions about them, actually. I'm sorry, my friend.
Well, how about this? Do you have a bottle or something that we can take that medicine in, so that he could take multiple drinks over the course of the day?
Oh, yes.
Ends up feeling bad again?
Of course. And she gladly give you some of these potions.
Great.
But he should take one now. I think that would be better. whatever is happening to his throat might cause some strange severe. I've never really seen this kind of development before within the body. I mean, these... But you shouldn't worry too much. I think water will help him out fine.
At this point, I'm probably coming back in with the head.
Yeah, yes.
Sure.
I placed the sack I had the head in onto her table and then show off the head.
Thank you so much, dear. I will try to examine this and get to the bottom of this. There might be potentially something infectious inside these creatures that may be spreading to your friend here. Maybe my potion was initially going to heal his wounds and prevent sickening from rot and such, but maybe there is another sickness that is spreading within these creatures. So I will examine this, I promise.
Actually, now that you're saying that, we found someone that probably has transformed into one of the monsters outside.
No, that can't be possible.
It was definitely a villager.
Oh, really? Well, you should be really careful at bringing it to the village, because I think people here might go to rational decisions and kill it immediately.
That's why I was thinking.
Where is this creature? Maybe I should examine it.
In a nearby cave, but if you want to join us in our voyage at night...
Oh, no, I don't think I can. I should remain here, stationed, and making sure that no one is... people might get attacked. People might get attacked during the night, so to say.
We can try going during the day if you want.
Would you like to go now?
We can.
Yeah, I can go now. I just need to make a short errand first, so to say.
Okay.
Do you want to go now?
We can accompany you on your errand.
I can help you with that errand, so we can. Yeah.
Oh, I need to send a letter.
Okay.
And she looks around. How long have you been in this room?
We've only been here for a few minutes before you arrived. We noticed that there was food on the stove, so we imagined you'd be back to check on it very soon. So we simply waited.
I left a letter on the table here.
I know, GC.
I saw no such letter when we arrived.
You saw no letter? You're certain about this?
What you're seeing right now is the same thing I saw when I walked in.
Oh, really? Well, I need
to rewrite it.
Yes, I have to rewrite it in that case. Maybe my mistake. Maybe I hadn't written it and I left before. I will accompany you soon. Are we going to travel there at the immediate moment to the cave you're speaking of?
We can have some time. I think there was some other errands that we were needing to run before we went back out anyhow.
Oh, perfect. It's a very long letter. It will take me some time to write it. So if you get back soon, I can help you out afterwards.
If need be, you can meet us over at what gate did we enter in from in the morning?
Oh yeah, you mentioned the gate that you entered through.
Yeah.
Do you want? So where is this cave actually? Is it out in the forest somewhere? Is it far from here?
It's out in the forest. It's about an hour walk.
Oh, that's not that far. How do you get there? Did you walk past the rivers and such, or no rivers?
We tracked it. There was there was no rivers. We tracked it.
Area yet.
So, sorry, what did you say, Lars?
We're not too. I mean, we're obviously all pretty new to the area, so I couldn't tell you exactly where. But if you followed us, we could definitely find a way back.
Okay, I understand. Well, it will take me about an hour to rewrite this letter. So, where can I find you when I'm done?
As I said, near
the gate. Okay, perfect.
Near the guest house or at the gate.
It's a small village. I will find you when I'm done. I promise. I just need to write this one.
Okay.
All right. Do you stay here, or do you want to ask her anything else?
Well, I think we wanted to go and try to find the names of people.
All right.
I think we should drop off EC over at his forge, and then leave me and Lars over to go see the village elder and see if see Haka and see if we can get names.
So you begin with going to Haka, or you walk around. You leave the hut and you leave the hut and you begin walking around in some direction, looking for people to ask questions. Heist, did you wanna
Yeah, I tried to make another transcription of the letter.
Okay, wait. Say again.
Yeah, I tried to make another transcription of the letter. Let's see. It's two things.
That's a illustration of the letter, I assume.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Should do it like this?
Person becomes monster for. There's a handshake. She's turned something. Is that a thumbs up or another strong arm?
A thumbs up
It's a
made
thumbs
somebody better become good friends.
I was thinking about drawing a contract, but since they don't know how to read, they don't know what the contract is.
No. That's almost cheating, though.
And
Okay.
Something about people seeing.
okay, I might just do this by myself since I'm going to my stand. I'm gonna let them do their thing, and
Yeah.
I'm going to go back at Brika's house to keep an eye on her.
Sure.
See, because I know that her letter was
Yeah.
not 1 hour writing.
Yeah.
Well, they cannot understand me, or am I understandable already?
No, that you're not understandable.
Okay, great. Yeah, so that's my plan.
Okay, you remain with around the house.
Yeah.
Kair and Lars, you notice that Heis is observing Brika's house from afar. He doesn't seem to be following your plan. But do you continue with your plan, or do you have another idea here?
That seems
I
kind of regular
say,
chief,
like,
I suppose.
AC's can do his own thing while we try and find out the name of the woman.
Yeah. You're walking around a bit. You scavenge up a lot of woman names that have been eaten by monsters or kidnapped, so to say, and disappeared in the night by monsters. And you have about 15 women's name on the list. And some people, this took some time because some people wanted to say, that's none of your business. But after some good diplomacy communication, you were able to get the names of everyone.
I would say to ask what the names were, but so I can write them all down. But
Oh
I
yes,
don't know.
you can have Heis write down all the names. That's not a problem.
Okay,
But
so
we can try to memorize all the names, right?
You can try, but in the end, I think it's better. Yeah, you memorize. You magically memorize 15 women names perfectly.
yeah.
I mean, perhaps we come back to Heis and tell him the names as we learn them,
Yeah.
so that he can write them down.
He can write them down.
I was gonna give Lars the super memory knowledge skill here, but
I have one question, Mons.
shoot.
I have a question that I still want to ask the villagers, but
Yeah,
it's
you
like
can-
impossible for me to write it down. I don't know how to. Wait, is there a villager that can read? I assume there should be.
First, you need
Maybe
to
not.
communicate this message to Care and Lars, and then they need to go around and communicate this question. Before that happens, I'm gonna try something here. Let's see if two people disappear here now. So Lars and Care, what did you see there?
You are in the dark.
Did you also see that, Lars? Lars,
I did not see anything. Sorry.
did you see it now?
Oh, I saw that.
Okay, give me a second. You'll be back soon. They can't hear us. You see Bricka leave the hut through a window in disguise. You're back. Now, did you, Lars and Care, did you see anything or hear anything? Or did you only see you're in the dark?
I only saw the you're in the dark and the creepy ass photo that's
Yeah.
really unsettling.
Good.
And that just proves that how good your system is. in
Oh,
order
thank
to
you.
Do that. That's actually
What
really
was
cool.
that? Like, was that what we as characters
Oh, no.
saw?
Sorry, no. That was just, I was saying something to Heis that you didn't hear. Sorry, my bad.
I see.
Okay. Okay, so we made it back to Highs, and
Yes.
we've told him about all the names, and we've written them down. And probably by now, what time is it?
Watching. I
Hi.
think he's talking about the healer, the herbalist. Are you
Keep
following
an
her?
eye on the healer. Keep an eye on Bricka.
Is she moving? Is she leaving? I asked Mons that. I look at where Bricka is. Do we see her?
You don't see her.
Not in her house. No movement inside her house. What about the smoke from the coming?
You were watching her? Okay. He wants us to watch her.
Come with you.
Come? Okay, lead the way.
Yeah. Do you follow her?
Follow
I
who?
follow.
Okay, so you guys follow Heist. Heist seems to be following a villager that is carrying a big robe that is now venturing outside into the forest.
Oh man, we're supposed to meet Frickin'. What time is it? It's still.
What time is it?
It's around, it's been half an hour, so you're supposed to meet her in like 30 minutes from this point. It's a midday, it's around after lunchtime. You haven't eaten anything, so you're a tiny bit hungry, but, you know, day keeps going. Like, you've been quite active, so you don't feel hungry, actually. Heist, you seem to see where she's heading. Do you follow her?
Monster to healer.
Oh, the cloaked person is Bricka.
What person is Bricka?
Okay.
So then
should
let's
we-
follow.
We're supposed to be taking a half hour. Oh, we want to be quiet. Okay,
Stealth.
I see.
Stealth go after her.
All right.
Very okay. Understand.
This takes you back into the forest. You can all see this villager in a big coat walking around, and after a while, the top thing comes off, and you see Bricka's beautiful hair coming down, and she is truly a beautiful woman. But she's in the forest, like the wild, open forest, and she's walking around carefree, and she seems to have a steady pace in a specific direction.
Is that direction
I guess
any?
we keep following her.
Is that away from or towards the cave we know about?
It seems to be no, you don't really know. It's not really towards the cave at all, actually.
Just in a different direction. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I suppose we continue following her.
Yes. You continue walking towards her, and you keep at long distance, but it's not impossible to track because Care, you're quite good at tracking. So even though you lose sight of her, you still seems to be able to keep her footsteps. And now and then you actually see her from a great distance. Suddenly, she has stopped, and she seems to be working on something on the low ground, but she is standing. You start to circle around to the, like, in an edge, you like see her surroundings. You're not getting closer, but you walk like in a circle around her. And you suddenly see a wolf-like creature with horns that she is looking at very closely. She's examining the horns, the ears, and the mouth, and the creature seems to be perfectly harmless towards her.
Is she taking care of this little monster?
It's hard to say if she's taking care. It more looks like she's examining. This looks very similar to how she examined Heis.
Maybe since she knows that there's a monster, could be villagers. Maybe she's examining them now. Huh. Do y'all wanna go confront her?
I think so. This wolf is how big is this wolf creature?
It's actually quite big. Your size, Lars, usually.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we want to confront her. Can we hear her talking to the wolf?
She's not talking at all. You can see that she's not moving her lips. You're like in the bushes or something.
Okay. Then, all right. Let's confront her.
She is a monster?
She is a monster. She is a bad
Maybe.
guy.
Unclear. She makes monsters. Maybe. Okay.
He buys on her. So, Hasty, you think we should keep a distance still?
Or should we confront her? Keep a distance. Okay, just observe for now.
Distance.
After a while, she goes towards a place and she disappears. She goes like around the corner. It starts tracking closer, but the wolf creature seems to be remaining at the place, sitting down. So it's hard for you to actually get closer. Eventually she comes out and she has a backpack and some things. And she puts a few things on this little wolf creature and she starts to walk away.
I guess we follow then.
Do we follow the wolf or her?
The wolf is walking with her.
Oh,
She's using the wolf just as a just to carry stuff. Or
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
got it.
Okay.
I suppose we will continue following.
All right. After walking for like 3 hours, tracking her like this, Suddenly, the wolf turns its head around and looks straight at your direction. First reaction, care, fast.
I immediately hold still and probably hold out my arm for them to stop and wait.
You remain in the position, and the wolf the creature dog seems to be lurking around and looking at your direction. And eventually, Bricka turns her head around as well, and she seems to be looking at the wolf and looking at where you are. She doesn't maybe see you, but Lars, what do you do? Do you remain here or
How
what?
far away are we?
Maybe 200 meters?
Okay.
You've been good at
Yeah,
following
I
it along.
stay as possible.
Okay. You suddenly hear, I know that you're following me.
Do we address it? She seems friendly with Heist, at the very least. You're saying we should talk to her, or that we should talk with each other quietly. What do you address her?
That too.
Well, that's fine. In a loud voice, I say,
You
Bricka?
didn't meet us at the gate. You didn't meet us at the gate.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say that? Well, maybe you should go back to the gate in that case, she says. Sorry if I'm loud, I'm just trying to impersonate. She's shouting a bit here.
Do you still want to go where the cave is? We were going to go visit that cave with you.
I have other errands, but I believe that you have things under firm control here.
What about that wolf puppy? The wolf thing that you have right here?
I don't suppose you're taking us for a fool. You seem to have a monster with you right now.
Oh, this little thing, isn't that a cutie? Would you really call this a monster? It is just old Haga, who's have a better life now, serving me instead of trying to farm her life away. Useless thing. Now she's a pride fighter in the wild instead of an old hag, married to some fart old man with warts.
That person out of life, you know.
That's a monster. What do you,
Evil.
Oh, she's evil. So okay. So that wolf was once a villager, just like the monster we encountered in the cave.
Gosh, did it take you that long to figure that out? I should give you a reward. I will make sure that that I turn you into something half clever. Maybe you might have a will of your own, but in the end, these humans. Why do I bother? How did I stay in that town for so long enduring you people? Now if you don't mind, I have better places to be, and I assure you, you don't want this.
Oh, we're gonna get to the bottom of
Definitely
this.
the problem. So if we can off her, then that solves our monster issues, presumably.
I don't think that's that's solving the monster issues. I think she's the one that facilitates it, and she might have somebody that she reports to.
Sure, but she's the one specifically taking people and making them into monsters.
You don't really have time to debate too much, as she is suddenly starting to move away.
Do I have any like rock or big piece like a log I could just toss at them?
Yeah, sure.
At very high speed. I would like to throw. Let's see. Just let's go for like a spear-shaped log. I would launch that at a very high velocity in their
You
direction.
don't have a spear-shaped log, but you can pick up a lodge. You have a lodge you can pick up. There's lots of
Throw
those over
something
here.
big and heavy. Yeah.
You can throw that thing.
I see one in the middle now.
That one in the middle. You can take it like this and just shove it like that. It flies through the air, even though it's a little bit hard to make it fly through these narrow street trees, but you figure out a way, and it knocks her in the back. She falls forward.
200 meters, Jesus. He is very strong.
I want to test my running speed.
It is not
With super
equally.
strength?
It's not equally good. You seem to be running at the same speed as you were before.
I run after.
Okay.
The dog encounters you as a guarding wolf, and it stands in front of her. She's lying on her belly currently, and it confronts you, Heis, as you're the first one to reach because you took point. You're not running faster than the others, but you just took point.
Yeah, I'm not able to speak in a way that the dog will understand me. Like
You can try. You have your own language here,
I say,
apparently.
Right.
your own
Okay,
monster
I
language.
will try. I'm gonna try to say, wait, we're here to help.
Care and Lars, you hear coming from Heis, and the dog responds with, and Heis, you hear from the dog, you don't understand a word what it's saying.
Damn it. Okay, I will tell. I will tell the dog. Step away.
It doesn't step away, it growls at you.
Okay, I will punch it really hard in the face.
This is an old grandma. You know that?
You try to punch it and it bites you in the arm, and you have this dog leeching onto you as you're doing this.
Is there something in the... Okay, then I will hit it against a tree.
That's smart.
On
Yeah,
my arm.
it as it has bitten itself perfectly attached to your arm. You have a perfect sling, and you sling it straight into a tree. Bam, and it falls off. The bite releases. Lars,
I think Kare's and mine videos aren't synced up with our audios. I think that might have happened
Oh.
ever since you did black screen.
yeah, that might be true. I've noticed something similar too.
Yeah, me too.
Oh well, that is annoying.
You could try refreshing
It's
the
like
page.
It's like 3 seconds old. Yeah, I'm gonna exit and re-enter.
Yeah, try that. You can all try that a little bit quick.
Okay.
Mine is still in sync, Mons?
I think so, but you're European. I think it's easier for us to be in sync here.
Oh, that is.
You seem to be very in sync. We're just gonna wait for them to re-enter.
Yeah. How is my voice now? Are they able to understand what I'm saying?
No, they are not. But I'm just
Okay.
I'm just telling you that they don't understand you.
Yeah. But so the way I'm telling, like what I'm doing, they don't know what exactly I'm doing.
They know what you're doing because you're saying what you're doing. For example, you're running forward,
Right.
you're throwing this thing. They see this,
Yeah.
and you don't say that you're saying this. You just do it. But whenever you want to
Okay.
communicate with them, it's
Right.
that's what they
Okay.
hear. Okay, Lars, try to say something.
Yeah, I think it's back to speed now.
Yeah. And Triss, are you say something? Triss seems frozen. Oh, he's not back. Okay, Triss is not back yet. We should wait a little bit then.
I suppose as I'm catching up here, I'd like to draw my bow.
Actually, I was just about to say because the creature lands in front of your feet, Lars.
Okay, is it still alive?
It is very much still alive.
All right, I would like to give a little point blank shot. Is my audio off again?
No, I hear you.
So strange.
Yeah.
I know you hear me, but like my audio is like different. Like I'm putting my hand up now, and then a few seconds later, I'll actually be putting it up.
I know, but it's been like
Yeah, that's
it's.
just delay.
I think it's the delay because you are 9 hours away from me. I think is that. I think you're 9 hours away from me.
It's very strange.
So the
Yeah,
the
so
s-
well-
So yeah, I just put my hand up there.
yeah.
Well, you know, let's be happy
Okay,
that this
well-
time travel of 9 hours in the world just takes a few seconds delay.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Wait,
Okay,
Triss
well,
is having
I'd like to
problems.
shoot it near point blank.
Yeah, that is not a problem for you. You tighten your arrow, you aim at, and you set it straight into the head.
And
You're
this is
gonna have.
the poisoned arrow, I would assume.
Oh yeah, you had one of those, right? I'm just gonna tell Triss that he can rejoin here. But you place the arrow straight into the side of the dog, beast, wolf thing, and it's dead.
Okay, and is Brika still face forward in the dirt?
She is slowly standing up.
Okay, I would like to, you know, continue my... I'll get to her and make sure, you know, she's restrained.
I wanna get to that in a second. I also wanna have Triss. Triss is back. Okay, Triss, can you hear us? We don't have an audio. Try turn on your audio if you can. Yeah, can you hear us, Triss? Do this if you can hear us. Okay, he can hear us. He can hear us. That's good. But we can't hear him. Well, while Triss is trying to figure that out, he hasn't anything important I want him to say now. So, as you're walking towards Bricka, she turns around and stands up. And then her head turns around at you. And you see her jaw being like this. And you see her face being a little bit distorted as her cheek is out to the side like this. She looks like a freak. And she says, "You should not have done that." Heist, what do you do?
Well, I'm just here to talk, to see what the heck you're doing.
Talking is over. And she walks forward towards you.
Oh, so she understood heist.
Oh, I forgot. No, she didn't.
Ah, okay. So she doesn't understand me.
No, but she...
Okay, let's try again. I just want to know what you're doing. You know, I just want to know what's going on.
She doesn't really reply and walks forward. We're gonna try to figure out... Tris?
Hello?
Yeah, it works. I hear you.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a bit low, but I can hear something.
I think it's using a different microphone.
Hello.
Oh, it changed microphone to the other one that you currently have. You need to change your microphones.
In the browser setting, right?
Yeah, in the browser setting. Yeah.
Like how far am I away from Bricky, by the way, if she's approaching me?
You're like 2 meters apart, she's so to say.
Yeah.
Tris, if you go to the top left corner in your web browser, you can see a camera icon. And if you click that camera icon, you can see manage. That's going to take you to your browser settings. And inside of settings, you can see camera and a microphone. And in here, you should be able to change so that you have your whatever microphone you want to have.
For me, it's in the top right, though. But then it just says manage, and you can...
Oh, yeah, maybe top right. Sorry. Different browsers have different settings.
Yeah.
Still nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. Please stand by.
You say it perfect with a headset. Tris, what you can do is unplug the other microphone and refresh vMix. That might change everything for you. Or leave and re-enter might also do it.
I was finding that just reloading VMix updated the.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, it did fix it.
Cool.
I hate when it does that.
Yeah, no. Well.
Because it's switching to my headset microphone.
Well, you all, like, we can hear you all, and you all seem to be in sync and everything, ish. So she walks towards you, highs. She seems to be getting closer. What do you react and do?
1 second.
Yeah.
Rather than striking first, I'm just gonna, take a position in which I, am ready to react.
Yes.
To whatever
Lars,
she might do.
you observe her movement, and you did see that really thing. What do you do?
I'm going to draw another arrow,
All right.
knock up another arrow, and begin to aim. I want to ask, why are you doing this? Why are you turning people into monsters?
To that, she replies, "We're done talking."
Seems like he really doesn't want to talk anymore.
Care, did you see? Did you hear me say that she stood up, she turned around, and she had a really strange tweak to her entire face?
Yeah, I heard that. I joined the call for like a small bit of it, but I was still frozen. And so he gave me the new link.
Yeah,
I did see that she morphed and changed her face.
Yeah. And she's walking towards Heis at the moment. And she replied to Lars, "We're done talking." When she said, what do you do here in this? How do you prepare or act?
Okay, so this is before we actually start fighting, right? So I pull out my sword and I put on my shield. Thank you, brother, for bringing me stuff.
Nourishments.
You bring out your sword and shield, you said.
Yes, and generally, how far is she away from Issei?
2 meters, but it's getting closer.
Getting closer. Then I probably rush forward towards her with getting ready to slash at her.
All right. You are then the first person that she reacts to. You get an opportunity to attack her if you want to care.
Uh-oh.
I think there's a huge delay here.
Or...
Right, I think the audio is fine again. Like, Oh.
Yeah.
Let's skip forward.
Say what you did say there, Tris. Care.
Huh?
I don't think we caught what you said there.
What I said? I said I was getting ready to attack.
Okay, yeah, so you're the first one that is... because Heis is standing still, you're the one that's approaching, and she kind of changed targets towards you. So you are coming straight at her with a sword, so to say.
Oh, you said cars. I thought you said Lars.
Ah,
That's the reason why I didn't say it. I'm going for a straight slash across her body.
she catches your arm. She makes a fast step forward and catches your hand, and she's holding your sword grip in her hand right at the moment. And you're not able to nudge her. Lars.
Am I able to interrupt?
First, Lars.
Cool.
I fire my arrow. If there's an opening, I hope they're not too close to each other.
What do you aim at?
I aim at, I aim at her, obviously. But if she's grabbing his sword arm, I'd like to shoot at the side of her that isn't grabbing, so that as far away from Car as I can.
I see. You hit her side belly, straight in here, so to say, and she looks down at it, and then she looks angry at you. Heis.
Yeah, I was thinking when she's, interrupting Car to, while she's blocking his attack, I want to strike her at that moment.
Sure. How do you strike her?
Well, I'll be trusting this super mutant arm to punch her. Well, let's see. The face just got deformed and then went back, but let's try to. Well, yeah, let's just go for the Oh God! Let's just go for the face again, if I can reach it.
Describe
She's not any
it.
taller, is she? She's still the size of a woman, right?
Yeah, she's still she's smaller than you guys in general.
Right, that's what I figured. She's not grown or anything. She's not like a
No.
giant monster. She's still
No.
Just
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still her. You describe what happened, and I might interrupt you here, Heis.
Okay. So she's going for the swing of Care, and I step in sideways and just go for a big roundabout punch to the face.
As the punch is coming straight forward, she grabs your hand, just like she grabbed the sword hand of.
But I'm attacking from the, she's grabbing Car's hand.
Yes, and her other hand is grabbing your hand.
Okay, yeah, I was imagining we're attacking from the same side.
Ah, I see.
So I'm,
wait.
not on her defenseless side, if that makes sense.
No, she was actually. So here's the thing: she was approaching you forward towards you.
Yeah.
So you're standing in front of her.
Yeah.
So
all right.
whatever
okay.
side Care came from, the other arm it can still be used as a front. Yeah.
Okay.
Both of you.
How strong is her grip compared to mine?
Stronger than yours.
Dear.
Both of you feel that you're not able to actually nudge her strength, as she suddenly tries to smash the two of you together. How are you trying to avoid the collision that's gonna happen between your two bodies? Care, what do you do?
Well, okay, so she's just going like this, right? So her grip is really strong, so I can't really break free.
Nope.
I guess I can, I don't know. I could hold up my shield towards Issei, I guess.
In the spontaneous situation that you've never been in, you don't really know what to do, but you grab the shield quickly to avoid too much collision on your side. Heis, what do you do here? You're feeling that your body is being slung in the direction towards Care.
Is it possible to try to duck down, to go a little bit under Care?
Yeah, that is possible. That is a good. That's a really good reaction. What happens is that you duck down, remain standing. Suddenly, Care, that is bracing for impact, falls over on your leg, with his legs over your body, and you feel how Care is just tumbling over like this, and falling down on the other side. Lars, you observe how this woman is toying around with these men like toys, and what do you do?
I'd like to wrestle the poisoned arrow from the wolf's head at my feet, and then try to circle around the Bricka and try to be on the other side so I can get a clean shot with the poisoned arrow.
All right. She noticed that you are. This takes some time, but you're getting to a very sweet spot. She's quite busy doing this, but she noticed that you're up to movement and positioning. Now that the other two are a little bit neutralized, she immediately starts to face front towards you, so to say.
Okay. And I want to kind of be working my way away from her so that I can keep a distance because all I have is my bow. So
Yeah.
So and while I'm doing so, I would like to fire an arrow at her.
Okay.
The pointed arrow.
Yes, you actually miss. The arrow hits the ground, but you can be quick to reload. She seems to be trying to move away from you as well. There's a lot of trees here, and she's trying to move towards cover and like away from this fight. It looks like she always keeps this have a feeling of where you are though. She's trying to you are there, and she wants to be in certain positions whenever you're ready to fire. It seems like. Hi, Heis, you're quick on your feet because you were ready. You ducked down. You were still remaining on your two legs, so you can stand up pretty quickly. You notice that she is now trying to move away from this fight, away from Lars. What is your?
Well, how far is she from me now? I guess
she's
she didn't move very far yet.
No, she's very close. She's beginning to move away further from all of you.
Well, I still have a loaded crossbow with a poison arrow on it. I didn't shoot it yet, so I want to just, quickly get it out. In all my experience with the crossbow, I just want to try to get a really cheap shot when she's focused on Lars. Just somewhere in the middle of her body, so I'm sure that the poison lands. See if that helps.
This puts her in a very strange position because now suddenly she realized that she has to focus at two of you at the same time. She is able to try to find cover here and there, but never from the two of you. Lars, would you like to explain what you like to tell a story of what you do with that arrow towards her?
I think I'm just gonna continue trying to have it so that she is between Heist and me, but not like directly between, kind of like a triangle. But if I'm ever firing an arrow, it never hits any of my friends. So that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. You mean that you're not accidentally shooting at each other, but you still wanna always have
vision on her, right?
Yeah.
So we're sort of like going around her. I guess I'm kind of going towards her, but in a diagonal direction, and then I'll fire another arrow.
All right. This one hits. It hits her leg. She doesn't really seem to mind the pain, but she doesn't really like this, and she starts to pull out the arrow as quickly as she can, and she starts to turn around and run. Heis, or Lars, suddenly she's in a very bad position for you to fire. It's very hard, but Heis, you might get a shot here, or you could potentially take a better angle. Or what do you do?
Well, at the point that she's still nearby, I want to fire off that shot. So, if she's nearby, I'm assuming there's not a lot of cover yet. So I think I'm just gonna take the shot when I can.
What do you aim at?
Just at the biggest part of the body, so probably around the chest, because it's a poison tip arrow, and I'm hoping that affects her.
You put it straight into her back.
Oh, that's a problem.
And she falls forward into the ground.
Oh, but she why did she fall? Because she was wearing a backpack.
Oh, no, she's taking that off.
Okay, great.
But she put that on the wolf, remember?
Yeah.
Close enough. Yeah. Okay, so she get the arrow straight in the back and falls over.
Yes. And you hear some mumbling. I hate arrows.
So why does she hate arrows?
That's the poison tip bowl.
Why does she hate arrows?
She starts
I think she used to be an adventurer, but then she took an arrow to the.
You see her trying to. You see how she's trying to crawl her way away from you with her fingers in the moss and twigs.
I think since I'm still pretty close, I'm just gonna try to restrain her again.
Yeah.
Hopefully she has lost some of her strength by now.
You come up to her and she's not that hard to actually move around. She seems weak, and she doesn't really move much. She looks at your face, her face is still really beautiful. It looks like a young woman. And nothing have ever, except her inhuman strength, have like made you think otherwise.
Well, I'm gonna let Car and Lars get a bit closer, and they can do the talking because you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Once I finally get up.
She looks like someone who's lying in a sickbed. Her face is very weak and her breath is really...
Poison's doing wonders.
I asked her if there's a reason I shouldn't put another arrow into her head.
Just end it.
I mean, she's already dying to the poison, so
I mean, yeah.
you can kill her if you want. But I guess we also have to probably take her back to the village because she has been transforming villagers into these monsters. But the villagers will probably never.
I asked her, who are you writing? Who are these letters for? You're clearly going to go see someone else. What is happening here? And maybe I can give you the swift death you want.
Maybe. You ask too many questions. Be a good lad. You know what to do.
You seem like you're gonna die already. So, what do you think, Heist? Do you think we should bring her back to the town?
Well, probably she'll die before then because we did walk around for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's entirely possible.
It's getting a bit darker, so to say.
Oh, we should also get out of here. I mean, I guess in order to assure that she's dead, we can probably take her with us, or we can just kill her right now.
Right. I'm just afraid of like if we leave her, she might have some sort of way to survive with her monsterliness. I don't know.
Yeah, we can just pump her full of.
What do you guys think? Do we take her with us? Finish off now.
I want to draw something, but I have no idea how.
She looks lifeless suddenly.
I see.
Yeah, that might be the poison then.
This poison is very useful. Glad we have it.
It better be. These usually help me take down these fucking trolls, you know? I mean, they've gotta be strong.
You have pretty much finished my great monster adventure. I would just like to finish up the quick few things before we kinda can end it. You have her here. She looks like dead. What do you do with her in short?
I think we should probably take her body back to the town and then tell Haka about what we found out.
Yeah. Take her back to the. What of the wolf? The wolf is probably Haka's wife, or sorry, the person with the door.
No, it's the old man.
Right? The old man.
The broken door.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I assume we gotta take these creatures back.
All right. So I think we can wrap up and let's make an epilogue here. You guys pretty much crushed this adventure in an awesome way. So let's just go over a few things on your success, and then let's try to shorten how you kind of end it. So you figured out pretty much that she is the evil person that is pretty much making people into monsters. That was super correct. You figured this out faster than what was originally going to happen. You are correct that Heis is turning into a monster slowly and steady. His voice was changing and he was gaining strength, he was gaining deformed. These humans aren't typical monsters that are born into nature, so you were seeing creatures that weren't functional in nature. You were seeing things that you were just strangely mutated into a beast of sorts. So that's why you found... Yeah, sorry?
Does that mean we killed a villager outside of the gate to the village?
Yes, that was a villager. That was transformed into a monster without skin. A failed pure mutation. And yes, Heist, you're going to turn into one of these things too. How the adventure is planned to be is that instead of you having this conversation with a monster, you're supposed to have this beautiful conversation with the role-playing member Heist. But you figured it out faster. I thought you were going to kill the monster in the cave, and then the next night Heist was going to turn into a real monster, and then you were gonna find Heist in the forest, and then you were gonna have this beautiful conversation that you had with an NPC with me instead. but you did get to figure out faster, and that led you to be able to track down Bricka faster too.
I noticed the changes from highs was immediately after the potion that Bricka gave to the highs, and I was like, it's either Bricka or that monster that attacked highs at a
or it could be the
transport.
water as well. I was thinking, because she focused on the water. I was thinking, because I'm drinking a lot
some
more
was with water.
So it was either that or so the potion or the water, because that was the only thing different, because we all ate the stew or the soup.
Let's go. You also succeeded in bringing Bricka down. She failed to escape. She realized, because you actually failed a little bit, you should have left the note on the table, but you noticed that you had kind of gotten onto her almost, so she tried to escape. But you tracked her down because you were suspicious of her, because you realized her story didn't match up, and you killed her in the forest. What you failed to figure out is what was on.
Did she have a deal with?
Oh, don't get to say that, because that wasn't. You didn't figure that one out.
Yeah.
So here's so here now we reach the epilogue. How you guys you come back to town, and you can as Heis was never able to actually explain to you what was in that text. I will not reveal what's in the text either, and you're not allowed to do that either. That will be a mystery.
Yeah, sure.
However, you also don't know how to cure the villagers. But what do you do, guys? Do you tell the villagers that the other villagers are monsters and you can communicate them, and are you able to make them live happily ever after in this monster human village?
I would say that. I would actually say that we found Bricka has been changing your villagers into these monsters that have been surrounding your village. So most of these monsters are probably
an example with his shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Heis is on his way of becoming a monster. We can show the shoulder. We can try to have him speak. This is his, and this is all because of Bricka's medicines. Her medicines transforming people.
Yeah, you're able to convince the villagers, and you're able to show them the monster that was in the forest that you found in the cave, and you're able to show that this was a villager. And eventually the villagers believe you and start to track down the other monsters in the forest and try to save those that can be saved. Some of them are lost in their minds, so they have to be killed, sadly, and then they get the proper barrier. But in the end, I think you saved the town as much as it could be saved, honestly.
Yeah.
a lot
So how much
faster.
copper do we get? Wait.
How much copper and silver do we get?
Wait, no, wait. You cannot understand what I'm saying, so I have to do this. 1 second.
Oh yeah, Heis is just cursed from now on.
Yeah.
It'll never get better, does it? Or is it only getting worse?
I mean, probably with enough learning,
money. Where's our money bags?
I could probably figure out a cure or something.
So this is where your characters could I don't know. I mean, Lars, you wanted to leave this place. You have no attachment to this. You could basically stick. But Heis, I think this might be your only free zone in the world, unless you find a cure.
Well, I'm wondering, because, Bricka really hammered on I'm needing to take the next potion, and I refused to do that. I mean, we did bring a storage of potions, but I already had the gut feeling that I should not take more of these potions. So does that help? Like, do I stop at some point with?
No, so eventually you do turn into a monster here, actually.
Okay.
I would say that I would probably be looking through all her notes and stuff and seeing if I can find what these potions actually are and what the components are, and see if I can actually find a cure for it.
So this could be possible to find a cure and do something here. You don't have the knowledge at the moment, and this would require travel, but you think it could be possible.
And if I don't turn too much unhumanoid, Lars and me could work on an armor that's just like fully covering body and mutated face parts, whatever. So I would be like always in full armor.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you could disguise yourself if you want. Like
Yeah,
you
exactly,
could travel
exactly.
the world in disguise.
Because that's
The
also the best way
silent
to find
monster
someone.
hunter.
Yeah, that's the best way to find someone knowledgeable to perhaps undo something.
Yeah.
Sure.
But that makes the great adventure.
He's the strongest. He's the strongest blacksmith in the world.
Yes. You're gonna be able to sledge that hammer pretty good now.
Yeah. I can forge metal without actually heating it. It's just heating up by the force that I'm
He
feeding
just
them.
bends it. He just holds it like clay.
Who needs a hammer? You have a hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This seems like a great character development. I love it.
Yeah, I'm happy you're happy about this character change in nature. But that covers it for this little adventure.
This was kind of troublesome though.
I thought it was fun. And
I thought it was fun, but it was really difficult sometimes.
yeah,